my other screen.
Uh-oh. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
I gotta stop gulping down beer.
Don't worry. Just don't say any bad words. Okay. Are we on?
I think we're on.
Is this thing on?
Oh my God, we're on.
Is that Steve Andersen?
It is. I just want to thank everybody. My mom had a seizure 2 weekends ago on Thursday night, so I had to see the doctors Friday. Took a day off work. My mom, yeah, she had some porridge or something, and her arm shook, one of the nurses said, and then her face basically just went right down towards her chest, and she was like out, like had a seizure. So I had to do the right thing and get to the rest home and that, and then yeah, mom's doing good, and thanks everybody. Desiree as well, she chimed in on Facebook, and last weekend, yeah, you guys know I'm a bit of a landlord. I have a heritage house downtown. A pipe broke in the main hallway. There's a water leak, so there's an insurance case going on, and yeah, it's been chaos for 2 weeks. So thanks to John BL for covering for me.
Absolutely, anytime, Steve.
Awesome. In the house from Ontario, the eastern side of Canada, Ben Coombs.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good. Look at that. Is that a Kramer over your right shoulder?
That is a Kramer over my right shoulder.
Very nice. What's the one next to it?
That is my new signature Telecaster, Steve Andersen, made by renofin.ca out of Victoria, BC.
Wow. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Right in my backyard.
Right in your backyard.
So what's the story with that guitar then, Ben? You're going to have a bunch of them made, or?
Basically, they're built to order. And basically, it's a Telecaster style body with a bit of a EVH flare for the stainless vintage frets with a raw maple neck. Yeah. Dual P90s, one overwound a bit for the bridge. And yeah, they're built to order, and they're available through his website.
Wow. What's can we talk about the price tag on
that? They're going for about $2,000 Canadian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you go into details about it, Ben? Like, what's the body wood made out of that?
Sure. Here. Hang on. So the body is Honduran mahogany.
Wow.
Slate arm relief done, which, believe me, came in handy that night. I've been gigging with this last couple weekends, so that's why I've been missing on the Friday shows, guys.
I love the color.
Thank you. It's they call it a devil burst. Yeah, nice devil burst. He's calling it, and yes, those are Nerd Halen picks on the lower horn.
Nice.
Of course, right? Got to represent Caleb. Canadian maple neck, raw. Nice. It's already starting to take some of my DNA.
Nerd Halen.
Exactly. And yeah, Person Street style pickup in the neck, and overwound version, more modern in the bridge. It's got a bunch of pick dust on it. And the 4-way switch for Nashville wiring, so it has your normal Telecaster plus the out-of-phase Strat style as well.
Nice.
So Ben, what was the process of getting it to be a signature model? Did you? So obviously you sent all the specs to your guy, but
yeah,
is that something he does for anyone? He can anyone can call up and
kind of get
like
the way it worked was he built the guitar to my spec, and then obviously he's like, "Are you cool with it?" And I said, "Yeah, dude, I love it." And so he's like,
so it becomes
we've known each other for like 40 years almost. Yep. We've known each other, so he's like, "Well, do you want to put your name on it?" I said, "Sure," because that way he can put it on his website, and like I don't know what my name would do, but it's a name attached to it because I designed it. So
that's cool. Yeah. So now anyone can go onto his website and they can buy the Ben Coombs model.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And and then you know what it is. You know what you're getting into. And I've used it for 2 gigs already. I played 4 sets on it the other night, and by the end of the 4th set, and I did a set the week before that. So after that, it's broken in, pretty good now. So
nice.
It's got a couple little tweaks left to do, but it's new. So
can you see the headstock?
You guys know about? Sure. It's kind of a 70s Strat style. So a little different. Yeah. I dig it. Grover tuners. just regular, not locking or anything like that.
Nice.
And, modern American Tele 6-saddle bridge, because I don't like the 3 pairs.
Of course, yeah.
I have enough tellies like that already.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, Johnny.
What's that,
up?
Johnny Beane?
What's up?
Yeah, Santa
What's
Cruz,
up,
California. Johnny Beane.
Hey, thank you. You guys, you wouldn't believe it. I just spent half an hour trying to get Steve. Oh, Steve! Oh, there you are, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the funny smoking stuff became like legal yesterday. So
That's your excuse. Well, it became legal here in Massachusetts as well in the past year.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
They're
Also,
opening.
from Massachusetts. There, John Biel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John Biel, any more video footage for your, what is it, the Diver Down era? Van Halen video?
I'm getting a new computer. My main computer is. I don't want to start a project on that computer when I know it's 10 years old. It's a great Mac Tower, but it's not as reliable as it used to be. So I'm getting a new computer in the next month, and then I'm going to go full bore into that project. I've got all the footage I need. Johnny's helping me out with some audio. Anybody else that wants to contribute, anything from 82, 83, I'm finding a lot of great stuff from not only YouTube but trader sites and a lot of rare video footage that I want to put into it. But I still haven't really figured out the kind of format that I want it to be. I want it to be like a concert experience of Diver Down era, but I don't know how I want to mix the footage, But I want it to be real dynamic and really like engaging. So that's a good 2 hours of something like if anyone's seen The Kids Are All Right from The Who or Cliff 'Em All from Metallica, that's the kind of style that I'm going for.
Yeah, it seemed to me on those, it was always like they'd play a song and then some kind of interview thing and then play another song, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to break like the continuity of a real concert feel. So I want it to keep going, and then maybe a lull in the music where it gets to like little guitars or secrets or Dave's rap or something like that. But, I want the full movie, like 2 hour movie arc where it goes, from, high points to lower points, and etc.
Will you be using any of the, what's the one from 82? The one where the venue recorded it themselves?
Largo. Yeah.
Largo?
Maryland.
Are you going to be using any of that?
Yeah. That's one of the, from 82. I've got the whole list of 82. I've got the full show from, go ahead.
I got to warn you about using that though.
Well, I'm not planning to like distribute it through.
No.
Whoever I can. And
no,
I know
not even
the rights. That. The rights aren't mine, but.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, Caleb played a little like 10 seconds audio from one of those shows. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I wake up, I get hit with something, and I looked it up, and there's this company out there that puts claims over like all these different musical whatevers, I don't know how this company even owns that audio and video.
Is it the what is it, historicalfilms.com or something like that? No. Not the same as the US Festival?
No. No, but if you look up on YouTube, I can find the name of the company. If you look it up, people are making videos talking about how they're getting hit with copyright claims from this company when this company doesn't own the stuff that they're claiming. But anyway, that Van Halen footage, that's one of the things that they claim is that. And actually, if you look at, there's one of the videos on YouTube of that, look down below in the description, and you'll see this company is all over that description with this song, like every song, like written by, you know, I don't know if you've seen that.
Well, my goal isn't to really necessarily have it be a YouTube thing, but a DVD thing or a trader thing. But I'd certainly make it available to anybody, you know, that wants it. If it doesn't make it to YouTube, if it can't because of any of those reasons, that's fine. But I want the Van Halen fans to see it. I mean, that's my ultimate goal. Something that I remember long ago. I got through the snail mail traders a compilation, and it was real rough, and but it included everything from the 1978 whiskey videos. Was it the whiskey? The Running with the Devil and those ones.
The promos, those promo videos.
The promos through Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Through
I had that too.
Yeah, and so and it went Dave interviews and stuff like that. But you know, it wasn't really in like an edited version. It was just like a good 2 hours of Van Halen, you know, rare stuff. But I want it to be like a good edited, coherent version of it. You know, like a almost a theatrical version. But unfortunately, the quality isn't there. But it'll be what it'll be. You know. I'm gonna deal with the quality as best I can. But you know. We all know how poor a lot of that stuff is. That's why I'm looking for any stereo audio, because the audio will enhance the video 10 times if you can get some good audio from that. And I was asking Johnny, one last thing. I was asking Johnny if anybody else, if you have a stereo version of the US Festival. From all the footage I've found, all the audio footage, all the high quality FLAC files and everything like that, there's nothing that's in stereo. It's a mono, either radio broadcast or TV broadcast. But I'm on the look for that. I'm look out for that.
Yeah, I got a couple versions of that. I should check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. See if you have any that are really, and put the headphones on and see if it's really in stereo.
Yeah. Huh. I can check that out. Cool.
Anyway, that's enough of my.
No. It's just for me. It seems like everything ends up on YouTube somehow. Yeah.
Well, and like Johnny said, I don't mind if it is something that gets taken down, whatever. That's not my goal, is to have like a YouTube thing. I'd rather just get it to the fan, to you guys, to anybody who wants to see it.
Yeah. So you've sent messages out on the VH links, John Beane?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Well, I was just. I mean, as far as finding footage. I mean, any like radio or TV station like broadcast during the Diver Down tour, where the band's sitting in Boston or something, and they just have like a minute. That stuff's pretty cool to find. Yeah.
I've found some of that stuff, and that's the stuff I'm going for. A lot of that kind of, the local stuff, like even the stuff. I mean, unfortunately, the stuff that we just found, the 1980 stuff from what was it? Johnny, you posted it on the Discord, the 1980 tour from Iowa or something like that. Sioux City or something like that.
Oh. Yeah, that was pretty cool, huh?
That was
awesome. And that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. And I know it's out there from other TV stations that covered Van Halen coming to their town. In fact, the local arena, Worcester, Mass, declared Van Halen Day sometime in October of '82. The mayor, because they sold out 2 shows and the fans wanted to add a third, so the mayor of Worcester, Massachusetts, declared it Van Halen Day. I'm not sure the exact date, sometime around October of '82. But that's kind of one of the things that, the local feel of each show of that tour.
Yeah. Because I had that with 5150, like being up here in Canada when Van Halen was in Vancouver. It was called Good Rockin' Tonight here, and they had a whole thing on them. They were in Montreal. They had a whole thing when they were in Montreal. Toronto, same thing.
Yeah.
So, it was because I was there at the time when it was happening, right? So I just had my finger on the VHS record button when all this stuff was happening.
In the 80s, that was the way. I mean, you couldn't necessarily get it through any other means, but FM would always broadcast a lot of shows from the local arenas.
Yeah.
Nowadays you get like what it is. What's the big radio company anyway? I can't think of it.
I hit record.
iHeartRadio.
And then I'd hit pause because I didn't want to even miss a second. Oh, there's a Van Halen thing. Bang. Hit the pause. And it would record right away. Because otherwise,
we all did that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you just leave it running all night. And then the next day you scroll through it to see what you got, you know? It's like fishing.
That's why we have all that stuff on YouTube, because of people that did that, you know?
Yeah.
The hours of MTV footage from any year.
That's another thing too, you guys. I don't know if you guys know. There's a lot of MTV footage on YouTube. Like hours and hours and hours. And you can look through that stuff and you can find little MTV news clips from 82, 83 that have little Van Halen things that you didn't know about.
Already there.
You're there?
Yeah.
That's great. Great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the coolest stuff for you. If you can find things like a Hartford, Connecticut, right? Okay, and the little clip from that. I mean, that no one's seen or isn't on YouTube. That's the coolest things. You can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just looking for YouTube, but YouTube does have just about everything. I mean, I've got honestly, I've compiled probably, I mean, it might not, except for the concerts, which are 2 hours a piece, and I probably got 8 or 9 of them from that era. But all like the other behind the scenes footage, I probably got 6 or 7 hours of that stuff too, which is cool.
Wow,
you know.
Right.
So I'm itching to get it going, but I got to get a new computer first.
Hey, Ben Coombs, have you seen Van Halen in concert?
No, I have not, sir.
Not with your own eyes, eh? Okay.
No, unfortunately not. I had friends that were into Van Halen. I would say through 1984 and 5150, definitely that arc, and then U812. I don't know. It was kind of like me and my buddies. We thought they kind of went. I'm trying to think. The first video.
When It's Love.
Yes, it's in black and white in the empty bar. It reminded me of a Steve Winwood video, and we're like, the band grew up. And we're like, okay, cool. That because there was that whole huge resurgence of the mature rock. And, guys were into more the glam stuff than what Van Halen was doing. And then grunge happened, and I was lost in blues and punk rock at that time. So I kind of missed out. And then next thing I know, Van Halen 3 came out, and I went, oh, okay. So that happened. And then none of my friends were into Van Halen, so it was kind of like I would have nobody to drive the 100+ miles to Toronto to go see them with. So I kind of, I missed out. So, and, if they do tour again, I don't know. I might go, I might not, depending on ticket prices and stuff like that. Because the last major concert I went to, and we didn't even stay overnight. You're looking at a few $100 between the ticket and meals, and beers are upwards of $20 a piece. And oh man,
And for me, it's not the same. If I'm even 10 rows back, it's okay. But I like to be, about the first 5 somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, I like being right up there. I saw Motley Crue at the back of the arena here in town, and it wasn't the best experience. Just because
I don't think it would be too, because we're musicians and we don't want to be back a house where it's going to be muddy sound and stuff. Like we want to hear the articulation. We got to find the sweet spot in the arena, right?
Yeah. A lot of guys said, but right in front of the soundboard is one of the best spots. But
front of house is definitely one of the better spots.
Yeah.
As a guy who used to do sound, I can agree.
But nowadays, they'll always put front fills right up for the front, the front rows of the audience. So you have a great. I mean, doesn't matter where you are nowadays.
Yeah. Bruce Man's going to bed. Good night, Bruce Man.
See you, Bruce.
Yeah. And we got Soda Pop. In the house, formerly known as Soda Pop 79. He changed his name. EJ's Guitars. Amanda Coombs. Hey, is that a relation? There you go.
I think that's my, much better sister than myself.
Gusty Wells in the house. Stafford Studio in the house. Jeff Ripplinger. That's a cool name. Ripplinger. Scott Nickerson. Cool. Awesome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Cool. So Ben, what's going on with the guys you jam with? Is there any gigs coming up?
This is my first Friday off in 3 weeks. So I've been missing from both the early show and late show. Ironically enough, I leave to gig before the early show starts, and I was getting home about 20 minutes after you guys were going off air with the late show. So, yeah, I did one set 2 weeks ago. We did a celebration of life for a local music fan. We raised over $600 for the family. It was awesome.
Nice.
We played, and also the Honey Badger outfit supplied the PA system and lighting and stuff when we ran that. Our drummer put on the event, so it was really cool. And then we did one of our regular gigs over in the next town over last weekend, 4 sets of rock and roll. And now we're on hiatus for the rest of the year because our drummer, unfortunately, his duplex, the other half of it caught fire in August. So he's been basically homeless and living in a hotel since August.
Oh my God.
So yeah, like, you know, they're living out. It's he, his girlfriend, and 3 kids. And
Did he lose his equipment?
he doesn't need to worry about. No, their stuff was fine, thankfully. Yeah. When it happened, it was in between 2 gigs of ours, so all of his gear was actually in his truck. So nothing even smoke-wise affected it. But until they get settled, we're like, you know what? He doesn't have to worry about band practices and stuff like that. So let him, you know, Richie, our other guitar player, just got married a few weeks ago. So we had that going on as well. So it's been busy off the books in many ways for the band this year. So, but we do have stuff coming up already booked through all of 2019. So
nice.
Back at it in the new year.
Yeah. Ben, do you guys play any original music? Or is it all covers?
Not live. Not live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Richie's got 8 or 9 songs we're working on. Eventually, we'll get them recorded. But yeah,
nice.
We just do the covers live.
Yeah. Cool. Is that so? Lots of Rolling Stones. Is there Beatles stuff you guys play as well?
Yeah, actually, we do 2 or 3 Beatles songs. We do some Paul McCartney. We do some John Lennon. We do some Traveling Wilburys, Tom Petty, Blue Rodeo, David Bowie, The Who.
Nice.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Right
yeah,
on.
right up into some White Stripes, Sublime, stuff like that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Something for everybody.
Yeah. Cool. What's new with you, Johnny?
Oh man, I
Lots
just spent half an hour getting Steve Andersen. Oh, there you go.
You know
man.
why? I clicked the wrong search engine.
Yeah, you don't want that one, man.
One button off.
Oh man, what's new?
How's the school going?
I don't know. School is awesome, man.
Yep.
You know, very awesome. I'm getting smarter every day.
It's always good.
Which is great. You know? Just, you know, learning the music stuff, learning the keyboard stuff. What else? Well, playing the guitar, you know.
Well, that guitar over your shoulder there needs some hardware.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Somebody, Pat. Whoa. Pat was asking me if this guitar is, I don't know what he meant, but this guitar, that's a Wolfgang body and neck. And I have the bridge. It just needs to be drilled out. And that's something that David Allen Wright was going to help me with. But he went out of town, and I didn't want to mail him a guitar and have it just sitting, you know, in his, you know, yard or whatever. So at some point this will be a real guitar. I'm not too worried about when, you know.
Was that the one that was?
I don't know. I was going to say, Johnny, if you had mailed it off to David Allen Wright about 3 weeks ago with all the weather going to the Mid-South, it would have blown to Nesdal's place by now.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't think Nesdal has a drill press. That's the thing. It just needs to be drilled out, the little pieces there, and then I wanted to put different pickups in it, and so it would have needed to be routed out for the pickups.
Right.
But I don't know.
You want to drill it out
We're
for
gonna
the
put some
a different bridge, or what did you want to drill it out for? Or
Yeah.
just for the different pickups?
Well, for the different pickups, and I got a bridge from Storm's Guitars, but they're a little what do you call it? what do you the bushings are just a little too big. So it needs to be drilled out. It needs a drill press, and I don't have access to one. Alex Zipkin told me that he could help me out, but that didn't.
He doesn't work there anymore.
Well, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. For right now, it's just for show. Literally,
Look at this, Jay Hannon, South
Jay,
Carolina.
Reporting in for duty.
Jay, do we have to whisper? Do we have to be quiet?
Fuck no.
Oh,
The first thing he says.
Wow.
Oh, lawful carnal knowledge.
Talk about coming in hot.
in your face, YouTube.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a whatchamacallit right now. I didn't have time to.
One of the tiki mugs of 4 that I sent you.
Yeah. You know what I made tonight, boys?
Is that a Halloween cup?
I made a Sammy's Beach Bar rum. I made a Sammy's Beach Bar rum and Coke, but also added the with the red rum. What's the red one that he has?
Oh God! I'm just looking at all the Halloween stuff behind you. It's freaking me out.
Oh, check that out too, man. Ooh, do not enter. I can't believe I came on here and dropped the F-bomb. Lickety split, just like that.
Just like that.
Man, that's the type of night it's been for me.
Wow.
Wow, man. And I didn't even drink yet. That was my first sip.
Yeah. Look at all you got like jack-o'-lanterns, you got lights, you got Hulk Hogan holding up the license plate that I made for you.
Yep. And
is there anything actually in the rest of the house, Jay?
What, dude?
Is there anything left in the rest of the house, or has it all migrated upstairs at this point?
Yeah, some things have, and Jeannie watched the video, or when she was live, or when we were live earlier, and she's like, "You took that up? You took that?" So I keep taking things up. She wants that big pumpkin. That was outside on the front porch. She wants that back outside, but she's going to be really angry because I left it on and the batteries are dead. So now I got to change the batteries in it. And I'm eating Halloween candy already.
Oh, is that a left Twix or a right one?
No.
Oh my God.
It was a right Twix.
Oh,
God.
There it is.
That's a real thing, huh?
Yeah. My mother-in-law didn't get it. She's like, "Wait a minute. What's the difference?"
The middle.
You don't know?
Where's the middle?
Where's the middle Twix? Wait a minute.
Oh, man.
Hey, Jay, is that a new shirt? I haven't seen that blue Kraken shirt on you before.
No. It's not, but I don't think I've worn it on the show yet.
No, I don't think so.
You wore it 2 hours ago. I saw it then.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No wardrobe change between shows.
Johnny, when I remember the first bunch of shows that I was on with you guys, every show I would like look in my closet for a different shirt. And now I just grab whatever the hell's hanging up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get dressed up sometimes.
Yeah.
He's wearing the jacket I sent him.
I was going to say, I'm wearing my usual Friday shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you again, John BL.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Excuse me. Poof.
John, when I was trying to get Ellie to sleep before, I had the show on my phone or whatever, and all I saw was the tippy top of the yellow on your shirt, and I was like, "Oh, awesome! John made a tie-dyed poof shirt."
Oh, this one?
But it's not. Yeah. I was
That's
pumped for a couple.
No, this
That's
is
a Van Halen concert shirt.
91 era, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe 93.
Well, maybe, yeah. Same album.
Which I'm sure. No, it's FUCK on the bottom. So.
Oh, you could say it. I already
Can't spell that.
already broke the seal.
Johnny, you say that? Are you serious? You can't spell it? Do they give you?
No.
Crap for that?
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Okay. Sorry.
I remember that shirt. Though.
I'm naive. I'm a little naive.
That was one of the only shirts I didn't buy on that tour. I bought like everything else.
You know what? I got another one. Let me grab. I got another one from my parents' house. Let me grab.
Here you go, Johnny.
Oh, man.
Which one tastes better? This one's bigger. So keep going, Ben. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Doing well. I've been missing. I was saying to the guys earlier, missing from the Friday shows. Been gigging the last couple of weeks, and
cool.
Wrapped that up for the year. So hanging out with you guys. I have weekends off now, so I can actually stay up.
Well, now you can enjoy the new law up there.
Well, I can. Yes,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I keep it off camera. Richie did not during the show last night.
Is there a pot flavored vape?
Well, you
no,
can
but I'm sure there will be soon.
Well, you can get oh man, that looked funny. I can't wait to go back on. I'm going to timestamp that because Ben took a sip and then instantly took another sip, but it was the same sip. It was like
just a quick one.
Yeah,
I can't answer the question if I'm drinking. No,
oh, that's so awesome. And you were still talking, I think. Yeah, but I think they make oil. That you can vape. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was and it's funny too. At least in this province, it's not treated the same as alcohol. Like alcohol laws are very restrictive. Like you can't say have a beer in a paper bag and sip in a park or something like like even be subtle about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very strict laws. However, the new marijuana laws, it's treated like cigarettes, and that you can anywhere you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke weed. So I can walk down a sidewalk smoking a joint.
Wait a second. What about like operating a motor vehicle?
You can't do it behind the wheel.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait a minute.
They do have a saliva test for that. So
yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a taste?
You gotta be responsible with it.
Yeah.
So even outside in like an open container, you can do that.
The cops pull you over and they give you a big kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the cops just put a cupcake on the hood of the cruiser, and if you can leave that cupcake for 10 minutes, you're allowed to drive home.
They follow anybody. They pull over anybody that pulls into 7-Eleven, huh?
Yeah.
You've been smoking.
Exactly.
Yep.
Anybody with orange fingers gets immediately thrown in jail.
Cheetos.
Yeah, if the backseat of your car is filled with junk food.
Hey, Johnny. We have a question about EVH Con. Transector asks, does anybody know about the EVH Con in Connecticut? Yeah, we had on Joe Suma from Greenwich Music, where EVH Con is being held this Sunday. And we discussed it for a little bit until his phone died.
I was planning on going.
I want to say it's in Riverside, Connecticut.
Yes, Riverside, Connecticut. You're right. Yep.
Just off exit 5 of I-95. See, I paid attention.
Pretty
going,
but McDonald's,
New York.
There's a McDonald's right near it and a Chipotle, Johnny.
Oh man.
Yep.
Sweet. I would like to go down and check that out one year. That'd be cool.
See, my problem. Go ahead.
I'm about 3 hours away, but it's the Sunday night or Sunday afternoon and evening, so I got work the next day early, so it's just not going to work. I'd love to, because I want to be able to enjoy it and spend time there. So I mean, it's going to take me. I'd be getting home at midnight. Sunday night. So unfortunately, it's not going to work this year. But
yeah, and anything that happens on a Sunday during football season, I don't go to. So. Even if I still lived in New York, guys, I wouldn't go because football is on. So
yeah.
See, I can understand that booking guests for a Sunday night show. Once football season starts, they're like, no, I can't really do Sunday nights. I was like, football fan? Yeah. I'm like, totally get it. That's cool. It's like Canada shuts down on Saturday nights for hockey anyway, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, hey, so it's Transector, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go back one video on the channel here, and we're talking to Joe Suma he's the one hosting the EVH Con. So watch that video, and he talks about it. Actually, I put a link in the description of that video as well to the either the Facebook event for it, or the page or whatever, and that has all the details on it if you're looking to go.
Well, I mean, we can keep them in here and just give a quick. Where the hell is it? I had it before.
You said the F word once. It's all good. You can just keep going.
I'm hoping that the way I said it, kind of like in the upper register, hopefully it'll skip right over that.
I don't know. Those guys you had on the other night, they're making y'all sound pretty darn clean.
And we broke YouTube as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think
impressive.
that was right around the time I heard, was one of the gentlemen's name Kevin?
Greg and Michael.
Greg. Okay, it was Greg when he said, I never liked David Lee Roth. I don't think he could ever sing a day in his life. And then YouTube crashed. And I went, oh my. I'm like, yeah, you can't say that.
No, that's worse than the F-bomb.
Yeah.
Man.
What the hell is it?
But
I don't know where.
yeah,
I don't know where Caleb
Limited.
is.
Caleb is at his wife's 30th reunion.
birthday? Ah.
I only know that because I sent Caleb his new poof shirt this week, and he opened it today.
He wore it to the.
He said poof.
Hopefully.
Yo.
Well, you could wear that to a
ask.
30th reunion.
I have to ask: do people really go to their reunions?
I don't.
I don't think I've had a reunion. My class hasn't done it.
You just never got invited.
Well, that could be the case too, you know. But
I didn't go to mine.
No, for me, like the friends, the best 3 friends I have from high school. That's all. Those are the people I want to see. Yeah, and you guys.
I've had a few college reunions. That's been, you know, recently. That's awesome. That was fun.
And I think the only people from
Those are the
high
friends that I
school
still stay in touch
still
with,
would
really.
want to talk to. I've kept in touch with anyways.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I don't know. I know usually it's the smaller towns. Like those schools are the ones where like everybody's a little closer, and I think, you know, maybe those ones are cooler. But I don't know, man. I always felt like even when I used to still live in New York before I moved down here, we'd go down to the river where everybody would go on the weekends to certain bars and stuff, and I'd go there reluctantly. I never wanted to go. And, you know, people that you knew from high school that you weren't really friends with and stuff, they come up to you, oh, hey, what's going on there? What have you been up to? I'm like, oh, God, I hate it. I want to go home now. Like, you know, I don't like that type of stuff. I just want to go home.
It's like, not you again.
How big were your high school class or your high school graduating class?
I don't remember. I didn't even go to I didn't go to the graduation.
But I mean, like 100, like 1,000.
Oh, yeah, it was over 1,000, I think.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Mine was about 100. So
Mine was 99 on the nose.
yeah, I think I was maybe 90, maybe under the 90s, but
Mine was like 20. Mine was barely anybody.
I like when I'm playing in a bar and I run into someone from high school and they're like, when did you learn how to play guitar? I'm like, the last 25 years, you haven't seen me? Because literally, you haven't seen them since high school. I'm like, you don't remember me carrying one around in high school even? Oh, yeah.
Like La Bamba?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know anybody from high school.
Oh, really?
Nobody.
No,
Nobody.
except for Facebook, I really don't stay in touch with anybody. It's college. I have a lot of college friends that I still stay in touch with.
But I know this is kind of stupid to even talk about, and I'd like to even hear from people in the chat room, like when somebody that you kind of barely knew in high school, like friend requests you now on Facebook or something, like
There's still a few that I refuse to give friends.
Yeah, I don't even acknowledge
because
it.
they were
Yeah.
a-holes during.
Yeah, I just had that last
school.
week. Yeah. I had a guy that used to make fun of me all the time, and all this, and then here I am, I don't know, 25 something years later, he like wants to friend me on Facebook, and the guy was like kind of a, you know, bad to me.
he was kind of a bad word. Is that what you just said?
Yes, sir.
Tell us how you really
probably
feel.
was friend requesting you so he can make fun of you on your wall. That's probably
All I remember was Billy Madison with the guy. Who was Chris Farley, wasn't it? Or was it
No,
no,
it was
some other random guy who had the list of Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, yes.
He had the list of all the people, and then he crosses Billy off. Was it Billy?
Then he puts lipstick on and lays back.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Hey, thanks, Billy.
Yeah, because of Facebook. Once I jumped on Facebook, which was 12 years ago now. Dang.
Wow.
People came out of nowhere, and yeah, there was people here and there that I'd look and like, oh, I remember that name. I'd look at them, and yeah. I think on MySpace too, people kind of came out of nowhere, and like people I didn't even barely remembered.
Yeah,
it was good to reconnect with a lot of people, but there were some people who just, the grudge holds over.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you weren't friends then, why would you
exactly
later on?
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm past the age of like wanting new friends, except for you guys, of course.
Right.
My internet friends.
Yeah. It's like Seinfeld. It's like Seinfeld. No new friends.
I don't have any room.
I've hit my cap.
Oh man, that's good.
It's true. The older you get, the fewer real friends you want to keep near you.
Real quick story. I probably shouldn't say this on here, but Jeannie's probably not going to watch this episode, and neither is her friend that we're going to be talking about. But
let's do this.
So recently, right? Jeannie took Ellie and met up with one of the girls she works with who has 2 kids, right? And they went out to, it's called Brook Green Gardens, and they got like animals there and some trails and stuff. So they went there while me and my dad were watching football, because like I said before, I don't go anywhere when football's on. So they went, had a great time. Jeannie comes back. She's like, oh, so-and-so said that, next time we go, she wants you to come and she'll bring her husband and you guys can. I'm like, oh God, why? Why?
Sounds like a play date setup.
Yeah. Am I the only one that like doesn't really, I'm sure he's a cool dude, but it's like, I don't really, because then you're like thrown into that situation.
Yeah.
While the girls are all
thinking
doing their thing with the kids.
The guy.
Like, hey, so you play video
games? They're getting along fine.
Right.
Jay's freaking out because the guy doesn't know anything about Van Halen. So it's like, what am I going to talk about?
Well, I think he actually plays guitar, but I mean, we all know what
there you go. I mean, you can talk about something.
Yeah, just be a gear nerd for a couple hours.
No, because what if he's like, "Oh, dude, Van Halen"? I'm like,
if he plays guitar, he's not going to say that.
Pack up the car. Let's go. We got to go.
Unless he's like, totally into like Ed Sheeran or something like that. Yeah.
I don't even, I can't say anything about Ed Sheeran. I don't really know.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah, Amanda Coombs says you both have so much in common. He likes music. Yeah, that's basically what her friend was saying. Well, my husband plays guitar too. It's like, oh God. Adult play dates.
Yeah.
We've got 41 watching, 21 following. Hit the thumbs ups, everybody. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why there's 41 watching, Steve?
Because Steve's here.
Steve, do this. Do this. Remember this one?
Yeah, all right. So my real quick, it never is real quick if I'm talking about. My high school grad thing, my dad said to me, when's your last exam? Oh, Geography 12. That's Friday afternoon. Okay. Well, what do you want to do Saturday morning? Do you want to go to your grad week or do you want to go to Europe for a month?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's grad week, Steve?
High school.
Canadian high school thing.
Yeah. It's like we party for a week and they have your graduation.
Basically it's downtime while the teachers mark exams, decide whether or not you pass or fail prior to the actual graduation ceremony.
Around here it's kind of skip week pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your dad knew that you weren't going to choose going to grad week.
Well, whenever my dad was serious with me, first he'd take his index finger right between my chest and okay, by the way, like pointing out, like really listen to me. In about 5 years, all these guys and people you know in high school, you're only going to know 3 of them. And you know what? 27 years later, I still only know those same 3 guys. Yeah. And he was right.
So did you end up going to Europe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what did you see in Europe? Tell us about your trip to Europe.
Yeah.
That's one of my dreams, is to go to Europe. I really would love to go tour
yeah,
Europe.
So it was the summer of 1989, and I think it was July we left, July 1st, and flew to Frankfurt, Germany. That was a 9.5-hour flight from Vancouver. That's the longest flight I had been on to that point in my life. I rented a BMW in Frankfurt, Germany, and we drove up
Autobahn.
Up to Denmark. That's where my dad was born, just outside of Copenhagen. And I went up to Sweden and then back down through Belgium, Holland, into France. I really liked the French Riviera, like Saint-Tropez, Cannes, and Monaco. And then across northern Italy. And then we get to Venice. And lo and behold, Pink Floyd is setting up there's a Pink Floyd concert.
Wow.
Like out of nowhere. Like I wasn't following Pink Floyd. I had no idea. All of a sudden, I just saw the poster that they were.
What year was it? 87, you said?
89. Yeah, it was the Delicate Sound of Thunder tour. Yeah.
Nice.
And so they had the stage, and then they like Venice. A lot of it's sort of little islands, the blocks of the streets, and then there's like waterways. Like people are in boats, like little gondolas they call them. On the waterways to get around town. And so they set up all these gondolas, like rows of them in front of the stage. It was
there's video of that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, you're gonna be in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look for Steve.
Yeah. And then there's areas behind the gondolas that was just there was a sort of a staircase, super long one up to this building, and that's where we were sitting. Yeah, so that was
there's some great video of that. I remember that show.
Yeah, live in Venice. Yeah. And I went to Yugoslavia. It was still Yugoslavia at the time. It wasn't even Croatia yet. It wasn't Bosnia Herzegovina or any of that. It was still old Yugoslavia, one country. And then up to Austria, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein, and I think I went to like 14 countries in a month.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's how many countries there are over there, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Someday I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
I want to tour the whole World War II Allied forces. Yeah. From England all the way through to Germany.
Yeah.
I just saw Steve.
Yeah. Right.
And there's Steve.
Nice set of Hooters you got there.
That's a Dumb and Dumber reference.
You know what's weird about that, Steve? I just scrolled on Facebook, and look what popped up. Can anybody make that out yet, or is it still?
It's Dumb and Dumber on the toilet.
Yeah.
Wow.
As you said that.
Yep.
I don't know why. That
wow.
Imagine that picture. I want that picture hanging up in my bathroom.
They're listening to us.
Dude, that would be so awesome.
Yeah. No, I actually have that thing, Jay. I don't call it deja vu. I call it vujade. Like I'll think of something, and then all of a sudden it happens, like 5 seconds later.
Mm-hmm.
So just sort of like that. That's kind of a, what do you call it?
Premonition.
Coincidence?
Yeah. I call it possessed, but whatever.
ESP.
I call it our phone listening to us. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay, what's new with you? You doing any music for movies?
I had to do a guitar solo for a soundtrack.
Wow.
On like an 80s song.
Oh yeah.
And for 2 nights I sat up here and was about to mail it in and just be like, listen, I can't do it. And then
you watch The Wildlife.
No, and then I just, you know what it is? It's like I was trying to aim for a certain style, And
Yep.
and then once I threw that out of the window, then all of a sudden like everything started to come together. And I just
Oh, okay.
you know, it's like an 80s horror movie type of thing. So I kind of went for a lot of like sound effects. Like I threw the old hold on a second. Keep talking. I'm gonna
You're talking.
The stuff.
Hey, a new guitar, Johnny. Johnny just put a new guitar up there. On the,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of wardrobe changes,
don't think we don't notice this stuff.
Yeah.
Is that an Ernie Ball or PV? What is that?
That's an EVH.
Okay.
EVH. It's I call it the Naked Wolfgang because it's all just what do you call it?
Natural.
It's all sanded down. Everything's sanded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike himself says, "Hey, John BL, just got my DVD Live Without a Net." Right on.
Oh, that's Mike. Are you the one you were posting on Discord that you were about to? I can't wait to hear your first impressions. If that's somebody on Discord was posting that they're watching Live Without a Net for the first time, and
Oh wow.
I got my DVD live. Yeah, I'm anxious to hear what the first-time viewer thinks about it. I wish I could go back to the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I just like first song, Only When Winter Rock. Okay, rewind, play it again. Rewind,
Yep.
play it again.
My VHS is well, I mean, years ago I got rid of the VHS copy, but I think the tape broke once. I had to like scotch tape it back together. I had to take the whole cassette apart, put it back together. And then finally the DVD came out. But yeah. I beat the heck out of that one.
Yeah.
so I
Jay-
threw some
Jay's back.
I threw some of this. I started the solo with something like a something like that, you know, with the bar, kind of like
It's scary.
some little spooky thing, and then
I'm walking through a cemetery.
another part I did the old the old flutter stuff with the bar, you know, transitioning in between. That was like going into a part. I did a slide up like something like that, and then trying to think of any other sound of, like effect type things I used. I think I did the like a something like that in there somewhere. But once I started like throwing out like, oh, let me figure out some cool notes to put together to start it, I kind of everything fell into place, and I think it turned out pretty neat.
Cool.
So Jay, can you put some links to some of these films that you've
Well, it's not out.
done music for?
Well,
But-
the one I'm talking about is the Skeletons in the Closet. They're still doing the vinyl to that. So what happened was a lot of the songs that are in the movie were just like bits. You know what I mean? Like whoever did the parts, like, oh, okay, they wrote a 30-second clip for that section. So then when the movie was done, the producer or whatever came and said, hey, whoever wrote that song, can you actually make a song out of this? So that's what this is. The song that I just did that solo for was like the guy asked if I could put a solo in that song, because the solo that I guess he had was kind of like, I probably shouldn't have said that.
I gotta post my college film from I minored in film and video production, and we did a 16 millimeter, on location, full on film, black and white. It was,
cool.
I mean, it was probably a 10 minute film. I gotta post that on YouTube, and we did all kinds of original music for that, and
Put it in the
in the Discord. Yeah. What was that? 1998, I think that was.
Wow. That's the cool stuff when you come across like people you don't even know. Like, let's say I came across a Star Wars one, I think, where somebody made like a
Hardware Wars.
Well, no.
Have you seen Hardware Wars?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Used to see that in school.
Yep.
They used to show that on days where it was raining or whatever, and they would show that Hardware Wars. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But no. I came across somebody's student film, or they were kids. like Star Wars, and I'm talking 77, 78,
Wow.
or early 80s when this stuff. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is on YouTube you can come across some random person's home movie from back in the 70s and 80s on 8mm, and the stuff it's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of
some of these guys,
like Peter Jackson, a lot of those early M. Night Shyamalan, they all post their early 8mm films, and I loved it. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It was a weekend of filming, and then myself and a couple of friends did the editing on an early like Avid type of digital editor, 1998, and from there I did a lot of I did some wedding videography, I did some commercials and stuff like that, local stuff, theater stuff, and all that.
Oh, you were in the theater.
I did, yeah. I did some filming at the theater, yeah.
John, when I first started doing this stuff, the one producer was like, what name do you want to be credited as? I'm like, Jay Hannon. I was like, what other name would I want? He's like, well, I know a lot of people when they do like this, like the B movie stuff, like they don't want to use their real names. I'm like,
yeah,
who the hell am I?
Jay Handyman.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm Johnny Beane.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Beane, that's not my real name, so
it's Jay.
I use that for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Another part I did was a little, just like a. Yeah, that. Oh yeah, like a. And then the second time through, I harmonized it. I forget what notes I used. It was like, yeah, no. I forget. That's the beauty of Pro Tools. I can sit there and play the other part.
It sounds good tonight, Jay. I don't know if it's your mic or whatever. It's coming through really good.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah.
And that was the guitar you used, Jay?
Yeah, I use this because of the with the Wolfgang, you can't do the old you can't pull up on it, or do the flutters. And then at the very end of the solo, I did this. And to start it off, I did this. Wait, wrong string. I think I did. What string did I use? One of those at right before, like as the end of the chorus was hitting. That was like the lead into the solo. I got a phone call the next day, dude. What'd you do in the intro? I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
I'm bad.
I remember the first time I heard that. Yeah, like people that don't play guitar like don't know what the hell that is. It's like, what is that? So.
Hey Jay, I got a question in the chat there from GTV Guitar.
What does that sound?
What is that? I think I heard the first time I heard that might have been obviously on Sucker in a 3-piece, right?
Yeah, at the end.
I think that would have been the first time I heard that, and then Larry Mitchell did that in his first album.
I seem to remember even guys like Joe Perry doing it at times live.
Mm-hmm.
Which part are we talking about? Is that like that kind of thing? Or,
yeah. I cheat and use my I use my pinky finger to lightly touch over the, like that. I don't use some guys are really accurate with their palm and they can really.
Do you mute a fret or you just use the nut?
No, I just do a pull off.
A bar fret. Yeah, I suppose you could bar a fret and do it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Does Jay know theory? No, I know zero theory. I think you're probably joking when you asked that, but anyway. GTV guitar. Jay, do you freelance or have an agent? I freelance. Any tips to break into it? No, I got a phone call from a friend, and he's like, "Hey, is this?" And he just basically came out and asked, "Is like if that's something that I'd be interested in doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I've never done anything like that before, so go ahead and send me the files, and I'll see if I can do it." And that's about it.
Friend of mine who I learned all my
history.
Say that again, Ben.
Go ahead, Ben.
As Gene Simmons would say, and the rest was history.
I wish I could say that.
A friend of mine who I learned all my recording, everything I know about recording from years ago. He did a soundtrack to a Sandra Bullock movie, one of the first. It was before Speed, but it was
before he did Speed.
Yeah, well, no. This guy was he taught me everything I know about recording. He had a great 16-track studio analog back in the day, and I remember I was working at a video store at the time, and around the same time he did the soundtrack to a Sandra Bullock movie, and I got the like the video store gets the pre-copy of a movie. What do they call that? The screener copy. So I got him the screener copy of the movie, and that's just a little beside the point, you know.
What movie was that?
Look up her first movie. I don't know.
Somebody asked John Beale to look it up.
Where is John?
I would say if it was her first major movie, it'd be The Net.
I was going to say, is it
probably
The Net?
Before that? Yeah,
because that was filmed out here. The Net. That was filmed in Oakland, San Francisco, and I remember when they were filming that because my local news at the time, which was KTVU, which some of you guys might remember from Mrs. Doubtfire, the TV station that Mrs. Doubtfire worked in was KTVU. It's an actual station here. But I remember the two news anchors on The Net was Dennis Richmond and Elaine. What was her name?
Venice.
Well, anyway, they were actual. That was the actual news people. I used to watch them every night, and I've never seen The Net.
Let's see what it was.
So,
well, it looks like you're looking for something fun there, John.
I just know of it. Because
trying to see what the.
And that's a good movie.
It was it was one famous guy in the movie. I can't remember. Anyway.
I used this too, by the way.
It might have been Love Potion #9. Might have been that one. Anyway.
Man. Jay, that used to be one of my main pedals. But what happened was...
It was didn't you have the original, though? I think this is the 2.
It was that same one. It was that one.
Isn't the... Is this the 2 or is this the original?
That's the reissue.
Okay, yeah. Supposedly the reissue isn't as good.
No.
What's the reason?
Either the original or the newest one is actually the second best to the original.
So there's a piece of crap, then I should just throw it out?
No.
Well, what happened was mine doesn't return to pitch. So mine's unusable now. Mine has to get fixed. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing was on my board for years, man, and I miss it. Although it does color the tone. Like when it's plugged in, like you can tell it's there. So that's.
Oh yeah, you're right because I had it plugged in for the last part before I used it, and you could totally tell, like, you know, when I was listening back, I was like, holy crap! You can tell that I had something else in there.
Something's taken away from the actual sound. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was slick editing and kind of slid everything and moved it so you just hear it when I actually, you know, hit the switch or hit the foot pedal.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Fool and His Money. That's what it was called. Anyway.
So Ben, you're not working. Hey Ben, are you working tomorrow?
No. I'm no longer working weekends.
Oh, you're done with
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, good that I have weekends off. Bad that my paycheck is smaller week to week.
That's what I was gonna ask you next.
Yeah, but it was funny. Actually, yeah, they reorganized my hours, and they actually said one of the reasons was to allow more time for YouTube.
Or was it that we know you're filming? No,
that's away from the store, though.
Yeah. Like
Is
Ben,
that a jab or what?
we know that you're filming during your work hours, so guess what?
No, they actually like that, the amount of free advertising they were getting.
Yeah, so what the hell's the problem? Now you need a raise.
Were people coming in, though?
Yeah.
Did you have people coming in off the street saying, I'm watching this?
Well, see, it's funny you mention that because I've switched to a store closer to me now that's much busier. And so I'm there, and literally at least once a day, either a local musician or, somebody that watches on YouTube or something like that, because there is a lot of local people that watch. And the boss is like, seriously, this has been 2 weeks in a row where every day at least one person walks in and is like, hey, I know you.
One walks in.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, that's just the way it is. So, Actually, it was funny. Yesterday, a guy, one of my best friends from like grade school came in, and he and I started learning guitar together at the same time. And he was my first jam buddy, and we stood there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking guitars and what we had back in the day and stuff like that. It was pretty cool to catch up. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. So we're talking Kramer guitars, and quite interesting because he had a 1986 Beretta, I believe.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gussie Wells said you should get a raise, Ben. You're giving them free advertising.
I know. I should get a raise. If they're watching, I want a raise.
Yeah. So now you can just smoke pot on the weekends, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I could,
in public.
Anyway. Yeah, the
You can
options
walk
there.
around.
Yep. Hanging out on a street corner.
Hey, Ben, your friend Beretta, did that have a maple neck or rosewood?
Rosewood.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe it was white with rosewood.
Cool.
Johnny, someone posted in Discord, or I think you posted about the Love Walks In video. Was it Love Walks In? What guitar, John? He was
It was Why Can't This Be Love Walks In?
Why Can't This Be Love? Yeah, but that guitar was one of his just regular 86 backups, right? Was that what we figured out?
Yeah. Which is weird why he's wearing that guitar in that video. Because he would play that guitar when they would do Dreams live.
Mm-hmm.
He'd play the keyboard for Dreams and then come out behind the keyboard and play the solo on the guitar.
Is there an alternate tuning for Why Can't This Be Love?
There's a difference. I think the difference is because like the next song in the set is 5150 and that's in a different
Drop
tuning
D.
or something.
So he uses a backup, then he switches to the 5150, which was tuned up by Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video was interesting. I've seen that before, but there's a lot of coverage. Like it was a full film shoot with. I mean, it doesn't seem like it was, regular '80s video type stuff. It was more like a full-on live without a net type of video shoot with a lot of angles. They didn't cover Ed a lot in that video, but there were several angles of that they really did. They put a lot into that. I'm wondering if there's more footage from that night.
Mm-hmm. There might be. There might be.
Was that Pensacola or was that Hollywood Sportatorium?
What?
Hollywood, Florida. I think that's where they filmed that.
Hollywood Crematorium.
Yeah, I want to play there.
It is Halloween.
Sportatorium.
In the basement.
Talk about a hot club.
I want to play there in the basement.
They play his spooky solos.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Every week I resist buying that. Every week
Hey, I already lost mine. I was looking for mine today.
I get paid. I go out, usually
travel.
Walmart or Target, and I see that machine. And I say, forget it, because I know I have one somewhere, and I just won't buy.
So wait, hold on, John. You lost yours, and Ben lost his as well.
I lost mine probably 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
But I was
lost
the first.
mine
I
like
was
within
the
the
first
last
to
week.
have one. I had one
Yes.
at least 5 years ago, probably 10 years ago.
Hold on, Ben. You are in the Twilight Zone right now. You said something, and then 3 seconds later, you popped up, and you were just your mouth was moving, but nothing came out.
Canadian internet. That's all I
Holy
can say.
crap! You guys you can smoke pot, but your internet's on smoking pot too.
Everything's much slower up here now.
All the pot smoke is seeped into the computer.
Man, you call up your internet company for faster internet, and they're like, "Take off, eh?" They hang up.
Yeah.
They're like, take a hit, eh?
Good night, Soda Pop.
See you, Soda Pop.
Good night, Soda Pop.
Soda Pop, formerly known as Soda Pop 79.
You see Quentin James in the chat.
Oh yeah.
And John BL, just to let you know, I don't know if you know this, that Why Can't This Be Love video, that pro shot one that we're talking about, that's the live audio that you're hearing. There is another version of that with the same footage, but with the pre-recorded song under it.
Yeah, I seem to remember
There's 2 of them.
back in the day. Yeah, they edited it to that too, with the live stuff. I think back in the day, I used to think it was all live without a net footage, but it's definitely not, obviously.
Yeah.
God, maybe I should just shut up tonight.
It's the rum.
Oh yeah,
It's a combination of rum and Twix bars.
and I still have a mini pack of M&Ms.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You're gonna
M&Ms
go
are probably my
candy
favorite candy.
In 2 weeks, there's gonna be no candy left for the kids.
Or no teeth left in my head.
No
Snickers.
candy,
I
no
love me some
decorations.
Wow.
Real quick, thanks to Jay Hannon for he actually texted me while I was picking up Chinese food in Chinatown here in Victoria. Jay texted me at like 10 minutes to 7 Pacific to see if I was going to be on the late show. And yeah.
Well,
Very
dude, Johnny and I, neither of us, I was like, yo, did you hear from Steve today? Because usually on a Friday,
I know.
by 5 o'clock my time, we're getting some kind of message. Hey, happy 5150 Friday, poofsters. See you guys tonight, you know?
I know.
We didn't get anything.
I hadn't even got home yet. Yeah. It was a full, what are we looking at? 13 hours today. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
Quentin James wants to know what my channel is. Just click on my right-click on my name, right?
Yeah, I tagged you in a response to him.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just say hi. Just say blah, and you can you can click on the.
Just say bang.
You can't click on the name, but there's the 3 dots over there on the side.
There you go.
Click that. Click go to channel. Watch Jay yell at video games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and join the Johnny Beane Discord.
God.
That's where I post all my naked selfies over the.
Ooh.
So
Andrew Emery
head
says
on over
it's
there.
6:50 a.m. where he is.
So, Johnny, you've been doing a lot of reading music, huh?
Naked selfies? Oh,
Starting
yeah.
with music.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
A lot of reading music?
Yeah, there you go, Steve.
Started back up with my guitar club, and yeah, we're doing a lot of. I mean, we've got a couple new songs we're doing, but it's a lot of reading music, and a lot of my old theory has helped me. I don't say that I read music; I say that I can decode music, because it's still after 20 years of learning the original G clef and bass clef. I can't read it. I can decode it. But we just started. We're doing a couple. We're doing an Allman Brothers Jessica. We're doing Classical Gas. You guys know that song?
Classical Gas.
Yeah. Come on, you got to know that. But it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's a acoustic. We call it a guitar orchestra. There's probably like 15 of us. This year I'm playing a lot of bass, but we do usually like three different guitar.
You're playing
parts
bass because there's 14 other guitar players.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
I guess I'll play bass.
Michael Smith up in the anchoring the
The
boat.
captain has arrived.
Yes.
oh wow.
Hey,
Did he buy a new house yet?
No,
Nope.
he bought a new guitar instead.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Quentin James says Jay has only one guitar video. Yeah, I don't use my YouTube very often.
Michael Smith is returning that Gretsch.
Good.
Mm.
I thought he should.
Well, it's all about balance because Richie got a Gretsch this week, so.
Yeah, if you're not happy with it, send it back.
Yeah.
Like an uncooked cheeseburger.
It's a lot of work. I mean, I never wanted to. There was a couple of items that never a guitar that I wanted to send back, but some eBay or Amazon items that it's such a pain in the butt to send stuff back and to get back in touch with the dealer and all that. But there's a few that I've regretted not sending back, and a few times I've gotten shafted by that sort of thing. But
Jay Hannon can tell you all about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many guitars in a row did I send back?
yeah,
There was a time, Jay, when I was going to message you, just go to a brick and mortar. You should not buy online.
yeah.
Because it was just like you had that streak, and it was just like, oh man.
Hey, well, there were a couple that were direct, and yeah. But I remember Jeannie was like, maybe you just shouldn't buy a new guitar. And then it's funny, the one I buy from eBay that isn't new, this one right here is the best one out of the bunch. It's amazing how that works, huh?
Yep.
man.
Steve, what are you playing?
This is a Takamine acoustic, electric acoustic. It's got a pickup in it, and a tuner. And
the tuner is that's key.
Yeah, it's a Takamine Santa Fe, and it's kind of cool. It's got a turquoise ring around it, and there's a turquoise emblem here on the 12th fret.
Abalone?
And then just the side marks. It just has the side marks, side dots. Right? Other than that, there's no like.
Does it only have one inlay?
Pardon me?
Does it only have one inlay?
Yes, sir.
On the 12th?
Yes, but it has the side dots, so I know like 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th.
Yeah.
So yeah. Once you've played a long time.
Do you know if that inlay is abalone or no?
I'd have to look it up, sir.
Well, let me show it closer.
Say something.
Hi.
Could be.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, that might be.
That better be a G chord.
G
Thumbnail.
chord, happy to see me.
Well, hey, I'm playing Nesdal's 7-string D chord right now.
Yeah.
G chord.
Ben, your sister's leaving.
Jesus.
Bye.
Daryl McMillan. Hi, Daryl. He says he bought 16 guitars online and only ever returned one. And that was because they accidentally sent me an open box that was missing some parts. Huh.
Daryl, is there was that all from like one company? Or was it different companies and you just, some people have I don't want to call it luck, but literally, I mean, some people can order anything from anywhere.
I've bought three instruments online, and I've kept them all. Like I said, I mean, I've returned some pedals and I've returned a couple miscellaneous things, but like this, I mean, this was a new BC Rich. Mockingbird. This was the best guitar I played, you know, at the time. I had said recently that I got an SG that actually had a crack in the neck, a repair in the neck that they didn't disclose, but I kept that. I have no problems with that.
Look how far away that low E is. That the E? It's that far away from what?
You look behind him.
What are you looking at?
I have no problems with it. The E string is 6 inches away from the top of the.
What are you talking about?
No. Damn,
are you talking about
action? No. Go. Hold it like this. Hold it like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it was the way you were. I think you were holding it, and it looked like your low
definitely
string
not high action. I mean, that's
no.
like
it looked like the E string was way over on the fretboard.
Maybe a 1/16 of an inch.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, no, that's where I like it. I mean, the bridge is nice and floating bridge, but it's
Well, give me a flutter.
Well, I have the bar taped up because. If I don't, we went over this before.
Yeah, you for a flutter, you want it. You want it.
You want it loose. Oh, you do?
No.
So
no,
like
like that, or the way Vi does it when he has it back there. You know, like he does a.
Yeah. I mean, you can go all the way to
that thing.
You can go all the way to the body with this.
The moon.
Oh, and you know what? Of course it broke.
Spank that.
I broke my high E.
Oh. Yeah,
that's what you get for showing off to Jay.
I need some new strings on this.
Peer
of course
pressure.
It breaks on the air. That's the second string break I've had in about 6 months. Wow. That's all right. I got to change those strings anyway.
That's right.
But usually, if they're new strings, you can go all the way to the body with the reverse trem. You know what I mean? The up bend.
One of those?
Yeah.
That's pretty far, man.
Can you hit the body with the bar?
Oh yeah, I'm hitting the.
Yeah.
I don't want to stand up. Something might fall out. Hold on. Let me. Oh crap. Is this? Really
I remember trying that when I saw Steve Vai do it in one of the early Dave videos.
Yeah.
I remember I had a Fender. It was a Harmony Fender copy, Strat copy, and I was like, "How the heck does he do that? How does he get his bar to bend like that, the reverse way?" You know?
Oh yeah, doing.
And I had no idea what a recessed trem was and anything like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Can't do that with a Wolfgang. Well, you can.
No, you can't. I'll tell you, I love my Wolfgang, but there's something about being able to,
The only thing is you really got to pay attention to where your palm is. You got to make sure you're not putting any weight on the bridge.
You know what? I think it's because I started pretty much. I mean, I had that piece of crap Harmony guitar for a little while, but I had a Floyd pretty quick, So I was able to really monitor, where my picking, where my palm was, and I never really had an issue with going sharp or anything.
Right.
So
nice.
John Boulware, did anybody win the lottery here?
Yeah.
Man, I went into a pool at work with like 30 other people. I assume I would have heard by now if we won, but
yeah,
it was a big drawing. Just here in Massachusetts, there was a big drawing, and then I think there's a big one tomorrow night too, like close to $1 billion or $500 million.
It's just another tax. That's all it is. If you think about it, they get half that money.
Yeah, but you get half too.
Dude, the odds though, the odds of winning that are like.
Nah.
I think what are the odds? Like you have. I know somebody has to win, but the odds of winning are like getting struck by lightning like 5 times in like a month or something.
But it depends on if it's a single state lottery or if it's a national lottery. Or,
yeah, like the Powerball or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, there's a Massachusetts lottery that's like $4.5 million, something like that.
Jesus.
So.
Yeah, my
I don't even like to think about what I would do with that kind of money, because it's like it's never going to happen. So I just don't even want to plan on it.
And isn't the Powerball? Don't you have to like come like if I won, I don't want it out there. I don't want to get on the news.
Oh
like,
no,
hey.
Right? Yeah.
I thought there was. Is it the Powerball or some states that like you actually have to,
disclose that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one that is.
Mad Dog says 60 million draw tonight in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I don't know what I would do. I mean,
you could. I mean, with that kind of money, you can do whatever you want. You can buy. You can buy Cabo Wabo if you want. You can buy.
And then charge Sammy every time he wants to play there.
Did you guys see recently? Sammy did an interview when he was talking about the early days of Cabo and how it was unsuccessful that first summer.
Yep.
How he was regretting buying. I don't know what interview that was. It was on either the news desk or something recently, and he was just reminiscing about the opening was awesome. The first 2 or 3 months, but then that summer it just tanked and there was nobody around. And then finally, as we all know, it became like the centerpiece of Cabo. I was there. Steve's been there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then the rest of the guys, got PO'd.
Bailed.
Sammy.
Yeah, they bailed really.
No,
quick.
but like, remember he bought them all. He bought them all out, type of thing. And then all of a sudden, after a little while, it started to to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of thought, at least Eddie and Alex did, they kind of thought that Eddie or that Sammy had it, it was like a plan of his to but
all in hindsight, I'm sure.
No, I think just Sammy's the type of guy that, like, if he does something, you know what I mean? He
But looking back now, he's a smart businessman. He's one of the smartest businessmen in rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's made more money with his side projects than he has with his music.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it was Sammy's 70th recently, wasn't it? Or was it his 71st? 71st.
Yeah. Yep.
In the last week or so.
The 13th. Yep. Last Saturday, I guess it was.
Yep. So Ben, what's going on with you this weekend, Ben?
Whole lot of nothing. Hopefully,
okay.
Do a little work on my car. Probably shoot a video or two. Doing a hangout Sunday night. Doing another hangout Monday afternoon as well. Guests to be determined.
Any special guests for your programs?
Yes.
Yeah, Ben
Sunday.
Coombs, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, me, obviously. No. Yeah, possibly it's 50-50 right now. We could have like a major YouTuber on Sunday.
Johnny Beane?
Actually, the last time Johnny was on my channel, he was the third man in. So if you had seen that video, you know who I'm talking about, but I don't want to say because he hasn't confirmed.
Well,
isn't that
yeah, I was gonna say when you're the third man in.
What's that one rated?
Yeah, I was gonna say third man in.
Hey, it's the hockey term, right?
Anything like a hat trick?
So, no.
Speaking of M&Ms, do you think now this is probably stupid, but do you think that anybody from M&M's who makes M&M's? Nestle? No, it's not Nestle.
We did this last time.
Maybe?
Yeah, Mars. I think you're right. Yeah. Yep, it's Mars. Do you think Mars ever went to Van Halen and said, "Hey, we want to release a no brown M&M's
come on
special release"?
Where is that?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Steve, did you see this? I found this a couple weeks ago. It's all about the brown M&Ms. It was a crew shirt from Nashville, I want to say, and it's a comic strip about the brown M&Ms.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I posted it on Discord. You can find that. It's just you guys having fun with the brown M&Ms thing. Make sure all the brown M&Ms are out by August 5th.
Good night, Stafford Studio.
See you, David.
Have a good weekend, man.
Good night, man.
Night.
I'll tell you, some brown M&Ms sound pretty good to me right now.
Yeah. I just ate the last one in this little bag.
Yeah.
That's a campaign we got to get going. The no brown M&Ms package.
Yeah.
M&Ms have done all kinds of like special packages and stuff. I bet. Look into that.
Michael Smith.
There he is.
The captain.
Oh, yeah. The boat is anchored.
How are you doing?
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
This was not a boating accident.
What'd you say?
This wasn't a boating accident.
Where's Michael? I don't see him.
Can't see me?
No.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, you have a new house? What's going on?
Going to look at one tomorrow.
Oh, I'll take that as a no.
There he is.
Well, I do have one. It's about 2,000 miles away in New York.
No, but I remember about 3 weeks ago you were almost gonna. You had a bid going on with one of your houses.
Yeah, I did, and then the thing of it is, right? We put the bid in, and the guy wanted to stay there for like 3 months, which I had no problem with. I was like, okay, no problem. You pay whatever the mortgage is, and we're good. And if you want to stay 4, 5, 6 months, I don't care, because he's paying my mortgage off, right? And I'm not in no rush to move. So I said, have at it. That was my offer, and I went a lot higher than I thought I should have gone. And he was his realtor was so hard to deal with.
You can say it.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Somebody already said the F word.
Oh, you can.
Somebody said.
Sorry about that, Michael.
Somebody said
quick.
brown M&M.
Michael, when you can you pretend like you just got here again so I can do this?
Hold on. If you're gonna do that, then we'll start again. Hold on, ready?
Wait a minute.
Actually, even better. Hold on. Let me do it this way. This is even better.
I'll just leave and come back.
Play the music.
Music.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Captain Smith.
For next week, but that was just too good.
And I was going to buy you one of those for NAMM. Michael.
Oh God.
It's like a kid's hat.
Glory's got it for $4 or $8 at Spirit Halloween. I fucking love it.
Oh, there it is.
You can't hang, Johnny. You can't hang that carrot in front of me. You can't say go ahead and curse. That's just that's gonna end up bad every time.
It's the late show.
Oh boy.
Well, we never told anybody this, but when Johnny and I did the test call with the guys from Allegiant, we kind of told them, like, we try not to curse or anything. And the look, remember, John, the look on both of their faces, Mike and Greg, they're like, oh no. we really can't curse. Like, well,
it better just be yes or no questions then the entire time. Or it'd be F yeah or hell no.
Oh God,
that's good.
Well, they tried.
So who was the first one to ruin the show? Not ruin, to make it R-rated.
The second,
Break Jay Hanna.
My first word tonight.
No way.
No,
Yeah,
more or less.
yeah.
It was.
You came in really
either
hot.
the first or the second.
Coming in hot.
It came in really hot, fuming, blazing.
Oh God. Nice.
So Michael Smith,
So to answer your question short, what happened was that she came back, didn't even ask for a counter offer, right? And she said it wasn't the money why you lost the house, it was the terms. And I'm like, tell me what the freaking terms are, so at least I can You know, I outbid the guy.
Oh, I thought you said the perms.
Come on. So that aggravates the hell out of me, man.
We should have worn that hat, man.
Actually,
You know who I am.
Yeah, I'm the effing captain.
I'll wear it tomorrow.
Or actually, what's the line? Do you know who I think I am?
So how you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great, brother. Doing
Awesome.
great.
Awesome. Now
Well, you told me a week ago to come on the Late Show, so I messaged Johnny, and here I am.
I'm so glad you got on, brother.
Yeah.
Now you have to pull out that freaking telly.
Every time. Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Wait, since pot is legal where you are, can you smoke it on here?
If you want me to.
If you want.
If you want me to.
Well, it's legal here. I could smoke it too, except I get drug tested for work, so I can't.
So you can for a little while, is what you're
Same
saying.
here, actually.
Here
You know?
it is, Michael. Your favorite guitar.
Sorry.
I know you love that fretboard.
Ben,
It's like, hey,
67?
Hey, Jay.
Yes. Yep, 67.
All original?
Just for you, buddy.
It's,
There you go.
it's the soundtrack to Third Man In.
Oh, God. That was your father's guitar, right?
That's right. Yep. He bought it new in, I want to say, Scarborough, Ontario, in either late 67, early 68, and he paid a whopping $300 Canadian for it.
Man.
Wow.
Wow.
Which was actually a fair amount of money at the time.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it was, but I
Need
mean,
a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be nice, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So back to the lottery question. For everyone here and everyone in the chat, the first purchase you would make.
I'd buy each of you a Wolfgang.
No. For yourself. For yourself.
Are we talking one of those crazy American lotteries that you guys have way more money than we do?
yeah, but didn't you just somebody say you got like $60 million lottery going on?
Yes.
That's
60.
nothing to sneeze at, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but a significant
I'd be
portion would
happy
be
with
gone
that.
because I'd be petitioning Nesdal to see what he wants for his Les Paul.
There's Les Paul. Take the whole collection.
You would buy Nesdal's Les Paul if you.
Oh, I guarantee you, dude.
If you won the lottery.
Well,
59 Les Paul is the holy grail. Not that he has a 59 Les Paul.
where'd that ring come from?
Oh.
I'd make some careful investments. I'd really find like the best Les Paul you could find, the best Strat you could find. And if you got that kind of money, I mean, come on.
I call up Kurt Hammett and tell him I want that one.
Yeah.
Call up Edward. Tell him I want, or just sell me an
Daryl
86. Sell me an 86 backup. I'll give you 10,000.
Or you're like someone like Eddie. You're like, here's $25 million. I want Frankenstein.
Yeah, the real one.
You know, like
Well, I wouldn't
just a
pay 25
ridiculous.
million, but
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't think he would sell it for all the money in the world.
no, you probably yeah.
At
That
his
money
price-
means nothing
Fine,
to him.
I'll ask him for $51.50 then.
Yeah, he's content. He wouldn't sell it. I think he's content right now. You know,
Money means nothing to him. He's got more than
he's got
all
more
of
than
us.
more than he needs. So what would you buy? Who'd you ask first, Jay?
I don't care. Mad Dog said a blow up doll.
It's gonna be a big one.
Hey, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
And then he changed his answer to Jimmy Page's Les Paul.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I mean, think about who was it? Clapton, who several years ago sold off like 30 or 40 of his iconic
yeah, a lot of his
guitars.
stuff a couple years ago.
So it's out there. And John Entwistle, another one, sold a lot of his after he died. His basses were, and he had a giant collection of basses
Every person
and guitars in
has their
general.
price, right, John? I mean, think about it. Everybody has their price. When you think
The
about
$1 Million Man said
And
everybody's got a price.
For I mean, if you're talking guitars from medium to iconic guitar players, you can get whatever you want for under 100,000. You know.
Yeah.
If you got that kind of money.
Yeah.
You know.
First thing I would do, honestly, is I would take care of all of my family and friends of all their debt.
No, be selfish. No, be selfish. Something for you.
For
Something
me.
for you.
Oh. Well, give me a minute, because first thing
right now I need a new computer, so that's what I'd buy, like the top of the line, every editing system and mixing system, all that.
Yes, can build
DAW.
What you got to lay around your place. Yeah, that'd be
state of the art DAW.
All right, I buy a house.
Actually,
tell me one. Nobody wants to sell me one house, so I'm just gonna go out and just say, "Give me that house." $500,000. I'll give you $1 million. Give me the damn thing. Done.
He starts throwing $1,000 bills.
Fantasize.
Just tell me when to stop.
Exactly. Let me know when it's done. Come on.
Yep.
Yep. I'd buy a house.
Yeah, I'd probably dump a lot of money into a recording studio.
I'd buy a house because I'm sick of my freaking wife telling me, "I want this one, I want that one, I want this one."
See, that you'd buy one for her, and then you'd buy one for you.
Nice. Nice. You know where I'm going with that.
Nobody else wants to go?
Jerry, you go.
All right, I would buy. I mean, you guys somebody kind of mentioned it would probably be a recording studio.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then
if you got the money, you do the whole thing. I mean, a building. Start with a building, you know, and to your specs.
I'd have somebody come in and you know, some guy that does like recording studio design and have them lay it out, and you know, the walls, the floating floors, all that crap.
Fully digital, fully analog.
Yep.
Everything you could possibly need.
And I would probably put a few extra rooms in it. That way, young bands that can't afford a good, slick demo, but you know they're so talented, I'll be like, "Come on down for a week, boys."
And that's what I'd want to do.
Rooms.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. Good idea.
Give away studio time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You think of
I'd
how
love
many
to be a
really
producer.
good bands are out there that they just don't have the money to hone their talent, right?
Oh, exactly.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I've contacted some, and I mean, they're basically happy with, you know, their bass player or guitar player recording their demos in their bedrooms. And I'm like, yo, you guys are really, really good, but your recordings sound like crap. You know, you need something decent, especially nowadays, man. You need something that's going to, you know, separate you.
Yep. I was fortunate. I ran into a friend from high school that's done well in life. He heard our band and he's like, "You got to make a demo." So he goes, "I'll rent you a couple days at a studio. Where do you want to record?" And me being the smart ass said Metalworks Studios outside of Toronto. And we spent a weekend there and we popped out an EP in a weekend.
Nice.
And that was all because of him. Like, I know what it cost him. I saw the bills and he didn't have to do that, but he saw potential. So
What did it cost? Can you say what it costs, or close to, or something like that? Or you can't.
We were really lucky. It's funny, you know, like you used to hear like studios, you know, the band would go in at say 6 or 7 in the evening, work all night, you know, renting the studio, like a certain studio for weeks or even months at a time. Whereas now it's all 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So most studios are free in the evenings and weekends. And we were able to rent basically the top studio in Canada for $100 an hour.
Wow.
They cut us a super deal. Yeah, like amazing deal. So we took 2 8-hour blocks on Labor Day weekend
awesome.
one year. And they had just upgraded their computer system so they could switch over tracks much faster. And we laid down 8 songs in 2 days. Like vocals, guitars, overdubs, everything. And there was next to no overdubs. It was all vocal overdubs, really.
I remember scraping and scrimping, or what scraping and whatever for scraping and saving for 2 hours of studio time. Maybe it was 3 hours in a 16-track local studio, and we went in there and just did everything live, and we did a mix down within that 2 hours.
2 hours.
We did 3 songs. We were 16 years old. I mean, we did 3 hours 2 hours of recording and an hour of mix down, 16 tracks to quarter-inch, and oh god, we paid probably $400 for it back in the early 90s.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, I believe it.
It's still a lot.
I wish I knew now I wish I knew then what I know now about recording. Like I could have made a 4-track demo better than what we had to pay, you know, $300 for, $400 for.
Yeah. Yeah,
who started on the 4-track? Anybody?
Yeah, that's where I did my demos. Tascam 4-track.
Yeah,
cassette.
I had a Tascam 4-track with a cassette.
Yeah, I used to rent mine. I didn't even own one. I rented one from the local
I did 2-track bouncing. That's what I did. I did 2-track bouncing with a mixer. I couldn't afford a 4-track back in the day, man. I mean,
2-track bouncing. Wow.
2-track bouncing, and I would do at least 8 tracks on that. You could do.
Yep.
You know. With a good.
My dad had an old Sony reel-to-reel 2-track from the early 70s. That, you know, and it was really good quality in the early 70s for his own home doing demos, you know, as a musician. And I asked him one day, I'm like, hey, can you go through your reel-to-reels, find me one I can use? And he's like, oh yeah, this is just garbage. You know, you can record over this. And he showed me how to bounce tracks back and forth. And I was doing that at 15 years old even.
My dad had a couple of quarter-inch reel-to-reels. Those were, if I had realized, you know, back in the day that how much better a quarter-inch was than cassette, and all the different speeds and the different quality that you could get from different tape sources. But that was back in the day when everyone was saying, "Oh, digital's going to take over everything." So it was kind of taboo at that time.
Right.
We got someone in the chat here. Gussie Wells says, "Explain 2-track bouncing."
All right. Do you want to do that, John?
So basically, you would what I would do is I would record with a drum machine. I would, through a mixer, I would record a drum track with 2 tracks. And along with the drum track, I'd play guitar or bass. I'd probably start with bass. So you have a drum track and the bass track going through the mixer, 2-track. You record that, then you take a separate 2-track, play back the original 2-track, go through the mixer again.
Can I simplify this, please?
Please, go for it.
So everybody's heard 24-track, you know, recording and stuff like that. Basically, you're taking all the tracks you recorded and bouncing them down to 2 tracks, like a stereo track. So when you're listening to a CD or vinyl or tape or anything, that's basically 2 tracks, left and right, right? And all those tracks that they recorded on, the drums, whether it's, you know, 10 tracks that they used, you know, kick, snare.
There you go.
You know, Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3.
Kick, snare, yeah.
Overhead.
Overhead,
you know,
overhead.
Sometimes we'll do a top and bottom snare. So, you know, drums can be, you know, anywhere from, you know, you can do a stereo 2-track, but you know, sometimes drums can be like
16 tracks.
16 tracks,
like
20 tracks, depending
I wonder
on
how many tracks Neil Peart's drum was.
Oh God.
Even Alex Van Halen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, even like what Gussie asking, like pure 2-track bouncing is what I did, which was literally you would record, say, guitar on 1 track, play back that 1 track, which would be your left side. You'd play and add an instrument along with your playback, and that's what you recorded on the right. So then you have 2 bounced onto the right, and you would literally bounce back and forth between your left and right channels to build an entire arrangement.
As long as you have 2-track recorders and a mixer, you can do as many tracks as you want. The quality is going to go down and down and down.
Yeah.
But back in the early 90s, I mean, you could make, knowing what I know now, I could have made an awesome demo with a band with just 2 tracks.
Well, think of when they, I don't know if anybody's ever seen, I'm sure a lot of you guys have, and everybody in the chat. If you haven't seen the Hysteria classic albums, I think it's on Netflix still. If it's not, I'm sure you could watch it on YouTube. And they discuss when they, you know, because back then it was 24 tracks was like the max, right? So what they did was they would
That album was
just overdubs after overdubs,
and
after
it was
overdubs.
what was the digital thing that they used?
Not a DB.
was it-
What the hell was it? A
I don't
DBX
know.
or something? Yeah, whatever the hell.
it
And they
was
wired them
a
wrong. or something.
synclavier, like a synclavier or something like that, or
Yeah.
whatever they used. Because I mean,
So what they would do is they would, I think for a lot of the choruses, they would do like 26 overdubs, but they would bounce them down. Like, you know, okay, so with these two vocal tracks, okay, we're going to put it on one track. Then they're going to put this one. Then they're going to bounce all those on one track. So they would bounce a whole bunch of single tracks back down to one track or something like, you know,
Yeah,
or a
that's
stereo
a-
track.
that's a whole class on bouncing and on the Hysteria albums and even the Beatles. Go back to the Sgt. Pepper.
Yep.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
that was done on 4-track.
Or even Queen. Think
Yeah.
about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian
stuff
Rhapsody,
like that,
yeah.
the way they did it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably 16-track back in the day.
Which is very different from today's recording, because nowadays I think a lot of people feel like, oh, we'll just kind of half-ass record it and we'll fix it in the mix. So when they're actually recording the source, it's not like the finished sound. Back then, they had to get the sound perfect.
Yep.
Before they did anything like that, because you
And
couldn't
even
change
before the Beatles, you had to do before the Beatles, when it was only mono or 2-track.
Yeah.
You were recording live stereo. Buddy Holly, I mean, you were recording live stereo.
And that's where
Or
the
live
studio
mono.
itself became more important too, because it was the board.
Yeah.
Any of
wanted
that
to
Sun
go through the
Studio
room.
stuff. Yeah.
And then also
That's why I chose Metalworks Studios, because I knew like literally dozens of iconic albums have gone through that board. And when I walked in there, my first question was, what have you changed to the board since 1982? And they're like, nothing. And I went, perfect. You know, and
What kind of board did they have? Was it a Neve or something?
It wasn't a Neve, but it was very
SSL?
akin. But I don't remember. But it basically, that studio was built in the late 70s by the band Triumph. So they recorded all their albums there. 3 or 4 Rush albums. Use Your Illusion 2 was recorded there. All of Sum 41 stuff. Even nowadays, like Drake does his stuff there. You know, it's weird. Like everything from metal to country to
I feel like I've heard of that studio. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the #1 studio in Canada once
yeah.
Little Mountain shut down in the early 80s.
Was that where Metallica went for Black?
That was Little Mountain out west. Yeah, out west, Little Mountain hit the scene because that was like the Cults Electric, Dr. Feelgood, the Black Album, like all the Bob Rock stuff.
Was it vocal and guitar overdubs or something?
Yeah, they went up.
Done out there, right?
Up to Canada.
Yeah, Little Mountain was huge for years, and then it was basically a rent situation. They couldn't afford to stay there.
Like a lot of those studios in the you watch the whole Sound City video documentary.
Exactly.
That
was great.
Down the tubes in the 90s.
Yep.
And then you think about the special effects that you can do nowadays, you know, with the computers. Speaking of recording, think of like John Bonham's drums, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Loud they sound and how just larger than life. And
now there's a plug-in for it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Where they set up microphones in a castle somewhere, and that's downstairs, and that's how they got that thunder.
Headley Grange.
Yeah.
Well, I know from experience, dude, that I've had to take overhead, you know, drums that were recorded with no room mics because it wasn't in a big room. So just the overhead microphones, right? Well, you duplicate them, and then you can add like a delay and reverb effect to make it sound like it's recorded in, you know, 100-foot by 100-foot room.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I've done that, and somebody will be like, "Dude, where'd you record those drums?" And I'm like, "In a 12 by 10 bedroom, you know." Like this is like back at, you know, but you can do it now, and that's it's cool, but at the same time, it sucks.
Yeah.
Caleb in the house.
They'll fix it in post.
No way.
Yes.
Where's Caleb? It's getting crowded in here.
Caleb. Yeah. So Michael Smith, what's the #1 guitar? Has the Star guitar moved up a rank?
Yeah, I've been playing that a lot. I've been busy with work, and Davey's not doing really well. He's really, yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
He's up to basically losing. Well, he's blind now. We found that out last week. We kind of knew it. So he's on his, been busy with that. That's all you need. Yeah. But yeah, the Star guitar, I was playing it actually earlier. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that guitar. So it's so much fun.
It's so unique.
It is. It really is. And I'm really pissed at the Gretsch guitar. I really wanted that thing to be cool, but if and I heard you were saying earlier, John, it is a pain in the ass to send it back. You got to reach out. I got it through eBay, through a guitar shop. So you're dealing with 2 different, sources, whatever. And but I just couldn't keep it. I tried and tried and tried.
You see the break on this one?
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
But I made a mark where the break stops, and it hasn't gone any further than that. So
okay,
it's a good repair. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, but that's just. I think I've been lucky when I bought stuff online. I've been lucky. For the most part, they've been good guitars. But right now, I'm looking for one. I played one in Guitar Center, and Johnny, I've been speaking to him back and forth about it. A Fender Kelly.
Who's ripping them?
What the hell was that?
Somebody's ripping.
A Fender Telecaster American Elite.
Ooh.
That's what Johnny has, right?
Now he's got the Strat.
It's an Elite, though, isn't it? American Elite?
Yep.
Yeah. The David Ennis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you again, David Ennis.
Yeah. And you heard that, David? Telly? Mike? So what I played it, but it's a scratch and dent, right? The neck
scratch and sniff.
It's
Caleb.
Hey man.
Wow.
It's getting busy in here.
Yeah. Reporting from Santa Monica, California.
That's right.
We're over halfway through the bottom screen.
So it had a lot of dents on it because somebody dropped it. And I told them they have to come down in the price. So now I've been looking around on Reverb and stuff, and I can get one in almost excellent condition for cheaper than what they offered to sell that one to me. So I told them to take a walk, and that's my next guitar, I hope. So we'll see.
Nice.
It never ends, and I love it.
Caleb, what's going on, buddy?
Not too much. Just got back.
You were at one of your wife's functions?
Oh yeah, my wife's like a reunion, her
Wow.
high school reunion thing. So.
Were you around back then?
Jesus.
Were you in the picture, Caleb?
Aren't you guys high school sweethearts?
No, we went to the same high school, but we didn't date until long after.
So you knew each other though in high school.
Yeah, well, yeah, she didn't
turned
talk.
you down.
She didn't talk to me. She wasn't having it. So
The cheerleader and the nerd.
Hey
Pretty
Caleb, I haven't been around in a couple weeks. Is that the guitar over your right shoulder where the Floyd, the most recent Floyd I sent you, is on that guitar?
yes,
Yeah, you got to check up on it, make sure it's still there, man.
yes, it's right there. Thank you, Steve.
So it has some upgrades, correct?
He wants you to check the serial number to make.
I promise you, this is it.
Right. So you put a different block on the back?
I did.
Done.
And
Where is it? Where is it?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That's great.
Now you have your springs. Your springs are straight. Ed always had them angled, didn't he?
I know.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
I know. It's the way my guy set it up. So I wasn't
Slap him in
gonna-
the face, man.
Yeah. He did, you know, he did do the thing where, because I had the front pickup put in, he put it in the opposite way, the way you're supposed to put it in.
Yeah.
But I don't think those pickups are designed like that, are they? I think they're designed to go how that is.
Well, they do have like the screws, you know, it's supposed to be the screws are forward or whatever.
Johnny, help me out here. Help us out.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. The original Ernie Ball guitars, those pickups. Eddie liked the way it sounded better when the neck pickup was flipped around. So every other guitar after that, the PV Wolfgangs, the EVH Wolfgangs, they're all like that now from the factory.
But
or did it just look cooler?
What I'm saying is that they're designed to go like that now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like and they flip them on purpose. That's how they're supposed to go in, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the way he wants them.
Yeah.
Gives you a brighter sound.
Now you got me wondering. When Adam Reaver designed his, are they supposed to be both facing the same way? Because I didn't put them in that way. I put them in the opposite each other.
Oh, that's even opposite.
You got them backwards and backwards.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to FUCon.com now.
I put the bridge in the bridge. I put the neck in the neck, and I figured the logos should be able to be read if it's sitting in a guitar stand.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the way it is on the Ernie Ball.
Hold on, Ben. How do you have those right now?
All right, so if you look at it this way, you can
White,
read
black,
the
black, white.
Oh, wait, going from where to where?
There.
I'm looking at the picture right now on his.
Ben, is that a new Mockingbird, or is that the one?
Oh, you got them backwards.
A while ago.
Wait a minute.
You got them backwards, Ben.
You put
the neck in the bridge and the bridge in the neck.
No, I put them in the correct area.
I don't know.
Breaking news on the Johnny Beane show.
It's legal now, so it's okay.
Congratulations, by the way.
Now tomorrow I'm gonna pull a pickup just to see if it does say bridge on it or not. Because when I have a video on it, I installed them live. So,
well, Adam, I'm looking at him play a guitar that he put them in, and
is the top coil black on the neck on his?
It goes. Oh, come on, zoom in, Adam. On the bridge pickup, white is farthest back.
Yep.
And on the neck pickup, white is towards the headstock.
All right, then that's right.
Yeah, that's
Okay. All right.
That's what I have.
Okay, you're good.
So,
All right. Had me doubt myself there. I'm like, and I did this live, and I put them in wrong.
that'll get the views up.
JJ's House of Jams goes, Ben, you stoner.
It's legal now.
No comment.
He put him in sideways.
Hey, JJ.
Yeah, the pole pieces line up on one string.
Yeah.
But that string sounds great, man.
Yeah, you should hear the E and G strings are amazing. The other four, not so much.
No, every single pole is lined up with one string.
Yeah.
The pickup is like this. Yeah.
David Ennis in the house.
Hey, David, we were just talking about you in a good way.
Hey, man.
We promise.
Rewind the video about 5 minutes or so.
And we got our buddy from New Zealand, Fender Guru, in the house.
Yes.
Hey.
Andrew, my man.
So, Caleb, do we have any candidates for lead singer of Nerd Halen?
It's still up in the air, guys. I gotta be honest.
Okay.
Hey, but shirts are coming soon.
Hey.
Merch before a complete band.
Merch before, yeah. Very unorthodox.
Just like, there you go.
Yeah.
I had some buddies once, the first show they played, they had both T-shirts and CDs for sale. First show they played. Now, it didn't hurt that the drummer had his own studio, so they were able to put an album together while they were rehearsing and such. But it's like, wow, you guys are on it.
Yeah, I'm hoping T-shirt sales will help pay for rehearsals. So.
There you go.
Or pay for a singer.
Pay for a singer, yeah. That'll work too.
Yeah.
When is the shirts going to be ready?
I think like in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yes.
Who's going to be the first to unbox one?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it has to be Johnny, right?
I think so. You gotta be.
He's the closest.
Right. I'm gonna have to buy one, then I'm gonna have to pick up a gig because I can't wait until that long before I gig with a Nerd Halen shirt on stage.
Oh my god, that'll be awesome.
I've done the poof shirt on stage. I was using the Nerd pick the last couple weeks.
Caleb, you had an unboxing earlier, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Yes, I got something from Mr. Blinn. He reloaded me to get another one signed. So I'll try to get,
reloaded me.
I'll try to get this signed at the next Michael Anthony in store.
Nice.
If we can repeat.
Well, if you were paying attention to Twitter tonight, you could call Michael Anthony's. Never mind.
What happened?
I'll tell you off the air.
Someone was building a JD bass, Jack Daniels bass.
Really?
That was on. Was it on Facebook or Discord?
Yeah, but also John put some nice stuff in there with it. The little Adcot sticker. It's not little at all. Oh, hi.
Whoa! Whoa!
Everybody's popular tonight.
Wow.
Maybe.
You want to jam?
Hey, I'm gonna mute for a sec, guys. Hang on. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
All right, so how many people are going to take their poof shirt to NAMM? That's what I'm going to get it signed.
Michael will be there, won't he? He'll be there, right?
Yeah, I'm
not Michael Smith and Michael Anthony too, right?
Yeah.
I'll get both of them to sign mine.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of on the edge. To be honest with you, my NAMM tickets might be falling through, so I got to see.
If you need a NAMM pass, let me know, Mike.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're putting them up for if you need to get rid of them, let me know.
Well, no, I mean I'm having a problem getting them. I was supposed to get them, and they're kind of falling through, so I might not be able to get a pass. So I'll see. We'll see.
Worst case, I'm sure I can help you out.
Do we know what the date is for this next year?
I want to say like July 25th, but I'm probably wrong. So
that's would be the New York, the East Coast, right? Do they do two, East Coast and West Coast?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, you do Anaheim in January and Nashville.
Summer and winter.
July.
It's like the last week of January for the winter.
Yeah, and then the first week of July for summer.
I should try to do the summer one.
I'm guessing around first week of July because I remember when I was at Gear Fest this year, I was talking to a couple of guys that were going to Summer NAMM, and it was like literally Gear Fest ends, they go home for a couple of days, then off to Summer NAMM.
NAMM is January 24th to the 27th.
Well, there we are. I was off by a day.
And so Winter NAMM is where you get Anthrax, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I might pass on that one.
Come on. We got Mike and me have a suite.
Free Anthrax with every ticket.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's sweet, man. That should be awesome.
Caleb, don't tell anybody we just talked about that. Shh.
Yeah, we have a few people stopping by at the suite that night, Mike. I've talked to a few people that
I'll be there the whole
absolute who out of it.
I'll be there the whole time because as of now I don't have a badge. So still working on that. So I'll just hang up in the suite.
So is there like a whole tailgating scene, like the people that don't get in?
Everybody has to stand outside.
Yeah.
Watching all the people walking with their
I'm
passes.
sure I could afford a ticket to LA if you know, for a day or two.
Worth it.
It's so worth it, man.
Worth it just to hang out, have a few beers with the
I
crew.
just want to meet all you guys face to face.
Yep.
That's a big thing. Like, sure, I want to check out gear and stuff, but it's just as much. It's going to be like a YouTube family reunion, you know?
Yeah, I've said that multiple times, man. The experience I had, one of the best times of my life there. The only thing that beat it was meeting.
Was Michael Jackson?
No, it was meeting Johnny. It was meeting Caleb. You know.
I was gonna say, didn't you chauffeur Johnny around for a couple days?
Yeah.
Mustang Sally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible Mustang.
Mustang Johnny.
He had the shit out of him a couple of times too.
Yeah, I can't drive 55, right?
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Under.
This will be the year where everybody's going, and then Johnny will be like, "Yep, not going this gear, guys. Too many of you coming. I don't want to be around."
Well, whose backyard is that, Caleb or Johnny?
Caleb.
More like
Yeah, it's
okay,
mine.
Caleb. Yeah.
I'm like 45 miles away. As the crow flies.
It's in JJ's backyard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's down in OC, so he's very close.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he told me it's like 20 minutes from the airport to his place, and it's like another 15, 20 minutes to the convention center from his place.
Let's get JJ in here.
Yeah.
Is he still in? Yeah, he is in here.
Yeah. He's
JJ, hop on, man.
Yeah. He needs an invite. So Caleb, Guitar episode 3. Any update?
We knew that was coming.
Stop coming on Friday nights because he gets the 5th degree from Steve.
Yeah, he's like,
I swear,
Someone's got to press.
Steve's got to show me like his bulletin board that has like all of our names, all the bullet points.
He's got post-its around his monitor.
All the questions that he's gonna go hit when he sees somebody. Oh, okay, Caleb. Now there it is.
I can see that. He's so thorough. I could definitely see that, man.
He's gonna pull
I
them all
know
up.
Ben
Yeah,
won't be in the chat tonight
because
because he's got a gig.
Yeah, I'm lazy when it comes to that now. So my wife's bugging me a lot about it. So
Whoa.
I just got to get her done.
Yeah. Danny Alexander in the house.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Yeah. We got 36 watching, 27 thumbs ups. And one person likes Crystal Pepsi.
I told you guys I bought a bottle of it. What was it, last summer when they put it out again?
Oh, yeah?
It's not good.
No. There's a reason it was discontinued the first time.
Dude. And it's got more sugar than a regular Pepsi, which makes no sense at all.
Cool. Wow.
So by the way,
we
John
go.
sent me that poof shirt. He sent me some stickers. He sent me this
Oh, cool.
AdCon sticker, which is awesome. And then from the 2008 tour.
Oh, yeah.
Who remembers that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
There's a funny part of the show that year when I think Wolfgang had it on his bass. So Dave took a part of the show to say, like, this is a really smart bumper sticker to have on your car when a cop pulls you over. I can barely see the road. Yeah, that's a good move. So pretty cool. And some smaller stickers. John likes stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I have one of his stickers on my Mexican tally.
Peace, love, music.
Oh, that's cool.
Captain America. Mario. Rock.
Yeah, my aunt got thousands of stickers from. She's a retired teacher, and she She just got thousands of these stickers that
How
are
cool is the pig
all,
panther?
all so cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I stole a few from
There
her.
you go. Thank you so much, buddy.
Absolutely.
I'm still, my favorite sticker that you sent me, John, was the "Oh my God, it's so big" sticker. You guys know what sticker I'm talking about.
Johnny, let's see yours. I know it.
Oh my
sticker?
God, it's so big.
Hello. Hello. Johnny, hello.
My stickers.
Hello.
Oh, while Johnny
Oh,
finds
Eccles.
stickers, I got this from John. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Hello.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is it me you're looking for?
Hello, is it this Wolfgang you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm like, that would fit right perfect between the pickups. Yeah.
I got one right here on my what does it say? Let's pretend. Let's pretend.
Nice.
1950s astronaut thing. Anybody see the movie First Man? I saw that last week.
Oh, how is
About
it?
Neil
How was
Armstrong.
it?
It was amazing. I'm a huge fan of that whole this whole 60s and 70s space program. I thought that, was it Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
He was awesome. I mean, he was really the only star in the movie, and the rest of them were a lot of them were actual people who did the who worked on the Apollo program. And
Did you watch the HBO show years ago, From the Earth?
yeah, with Tom Hanks,
Awesome.
from the Earth to the Moon, Apollo 13, The Right Stuff, all that stuff.
Cool.
Right Stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of aliens that we always kind of touch on, type in next time you guys are bored on the internet, type in Apollo 13 aliens and check it out.
I can't stand that conspiracy stuff with the Apollo program. Like, we never landed on the moon. We never.
No,
did.
I'm not.
It was all
I'm
fake.
not talking about that. I'm talking about when they were like in deep doo-doo up there,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's a great story. The whole Apollo 13. And
So there's one theory that, I mean, I guess the amount of calculations that had to be done to save them at that moment when the S was hitting the fan was like so crazy, and
it
had
was
to
all
be-
done on like slide rulers.
Well, if
and-
you
and
if
paper.
you believe that original or official story, so that's where the theory comes in. Was like somebody had to help them because there's no way that we could have figured that out. I'm just saying, read up
in
on
that
it.
case, then you would just say, okay, it was all faked in the studio.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying when they got in deep doo-doo up there.
So you're saying who helped them? Aliens?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying read that. Just type it in. Whether you believe it or not, it's interesting. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't up there. So
No, I like to see all that stuff. Anything. I mean, especially the complete wackos who think that it was all faked.
Yeah, they think there's people that think it's fake. There's actually people that literally people on this planet think the Earth's flat.
Yep.
I mean,
Sounds,
you know,
it sounds like Jay thinks that some kind of alien waited for the opening and simply pulled a string.
Nice.
I love
And
how
then
it all
your
comes back
sense
to
of
Van
change.
Halen. I love it.
oh, that's great, man.
Nothing feels the same. Or nothing stays the same. I don't know. But yeah, actually, go back and there's a lot of like NASA posted the official Apollo 11 like radio transmissions. It's really cool to listen to that. The actual like 15-minute countdown from the time they departed the mothership down to the moon
Contact.
surface. Yeah, I mean it's amazing.
Contact lights.
And Neil Armstrong was, one of the greatest American heroes. Not to be cheesy or anything, but he was the man. He was.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I'm walking on air.
All right, Steve. Steve, hurry.
This is for Caleb. This is the Nerd Halen poll. What songs that people wanted him, Nerd Halen, to play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The number one.
Believe it or not.
They want Nerd Halen to play the song "Fools."
What song?
Fools.
Oh, awesome. That's a good That's a great tune.
Yeah.
The intro is great.
Aren't they all?
That's a good point.
Underrated.
Yeah. You know, I was listening to one of the. I know a lot of people they don't like this song. I was listening to Tattoo earlier.
Oh God! Stop it.
Hold on. Just listen to Eddie's guitar sound. It's a freaking buzzsaw. I know, and the solo, as weak as that song is, only the king can put a solo like that together.
So, would you rather listen to a great song with a solo or a crummy song with a yeah solo? I mean,
it's Eddie, man, and his sound, the sound of his guitar on that song.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his tone on that record. Just that's me.
It's very heavy.
It's just so saturated.
It is.
It's
Everything since from Balance on was, to my opinion. I mean, I think Carnal Knowledge was the epitome of this tone. I think.
See,
that was my favorite tone. Anyway.
I'm of the. I think, in my opinion, the tone he had on '84 was the perfect raw sound that he had early on, but he was getting into, the harmonizer.
Yeah,
so I think it was the perfect mix of like.
To me, I think '86, maybe '88 was the biggest departure that he, as far as his tone.
Well, '86. I mean, that was super. I mean,
completely different. Great tone. I mean,
I love it.
That tone's the iconic 5150 tone.
I'm weird. I think Diver Down is his best tone. That's my opinion. There's something about that, and I think it's also the way it's recorded. I
agree. 5150. I mean, Diver Down was a guitar album, 100%. Bass was mixed low. Drums weren't anything special.
Like listen to the guitar sound on Wherever.
But the guitar was.
I was gonna say Wherever All the Good Times Gone.
It's great.
Listen to that rhythm. The rhythm on Wherever All the Good Times Gone.
Yeah,
Johnny. That's why I wanted the multi tracks from you.
It resonates, man.
Yeah. There's something about that for me.
Hey, John.
I know what Jay's saying. With '84 because that has its own sound, and it's kind of, you think it's like the first time he was able to control his sound. So that's probably what he wanted, what he heard. Those were probably Eddie's ears, on that record. So. But there's something special about the Diver Down tone for me.
I think every album. I mean, for the most part, it's like wow.
He was a tone guru.
But I mean, up until especially like on the last album. I mean, those earlier albums and even '84, like you can hear the wood of the guitar. You can hear the guitar's tone on those albums. And I think as his tone got more saturated, especially on the last album.
Listen to Tokyo Dome. I mean, that's Tokyo Dome. It's just to the extreme. I mean, it's overkill to me.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I can't even. It's hard to listen to for me.
Thankful for it, but it's hard to listen to.
John, that picture behind you, is that from A Space Odyssey?
The poster?
Yeah.
Oh, he thought you were talking about his wallpaper. No, that's from a concert.
2001, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Big Kubrick fan. I loved all that.
He's
Clockwork Orange. Dr.
Clockwork Orange is a crazy movie, man. That is good.
The Shining, Full Metal Jacket. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
G. Butchnoff says, yes, Caleb, that album is my favorite, or that's my favorite album. Is he talking about Diver Down?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite album. I said it's my favorite sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my favorite sound of his guitar.
In my opinion, it's one of the worst mixed albums. At least even the updated. I think I have a 2012.
Yeah, the
updated
remastered.
disc.
Was it 2015 or 2012 remastered?
Maybe they may have done it a couple times, but
yeah.
I agree with Caleb. Ed's tone sounds great, but the bass and the drums, the snare sounds awesome. Vocals are always up front, but the bass and the rest of the drums just falls way behind.
Well, I think the drums is what ruins Different Kind of Truth. There's no balls in those those drums on the new album.
Not it's not an Alex sound, really.
I think they were focusing on Wolf on that album.
Yeah, that's where the low end comes from. The low end definitely comes from.
Very heavy on the bass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I love Al, but I think he really just bows down to his brother's opinion on everything. You know, to some. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, he's an amazing drummer, but he takes a back seat so far back to Ed. You know. In my opinion,
I don't know. I would have loved the drum sound from Balance on that new record. I think that would have put it over the top and made it really good. But,
yeah, the drum mix. What was it? Ballaterium or whatever it was. Was that the drum solo on Balance?
That was doing time.
Doing time. Okay. Yeah.
You're talking about the the actual
with the Latin stuff
before. Yeah, before the. Was it Baluchatherium? Is that how you say that?
Baluth, yeah.
I've never been able to say that the right way.
Johnny, you have to use that when you refocus every time.
I'm trying.
Oh,
it works.
I'm trying to do it. Oh. I'm trying. Actually, there's an interview with Edward where he actually says the name of that song. So you can actually know how he says it. Am I? Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Thank you very much. Was it
Lionel Richie?
Lionel. Thank you so much, man.
Lionel Rich Dash.
I think all you guys got a bunch of stickers from me.
Yeah. Right now, you guys are watching YouTube.
You got a Darth Vader right there.
Flip it upside down. I don't know why.
What's this supposed to be?
I'm blurry again.
Redhead on a Telecaster.
That's my favorite.
That's the one. Yeah.
There it is. Oh my God, it's so big. That's the one right there.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, "That's going on my guitar." I know that for a fact.
That's my favorite one right there, man. Good night, Todd.
Oh man.
Good night, Todd.
See you, Todd.
Blurry. Who cares?
Johnny, turn a light on so it can actually focus on something besides the mustache. Oh yeah, that helps. It did. It helped.
Oh,
it helped. No, you.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh no!
Don't move.
Crap. All right.
We still got 35 cats watching this, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, Sean Zimmerman.
Hey, Sean.
So, Steve, what's this week's poll question?
Well, let's hear what you have to offer us, Michael. What do you think?
What's your gem tune? In other words, if you're like earlier tonight, actually, I was I had my music player on, and you guys ever hear the band Gamma?
I had my music player on. How old are you?
I had the Victrola
music
on.
player.
My Fisher Price music.
I have,
I had the hi-fi playing.
I had my Victrola playing. Well, yeah, I got Alexa. I got all the streaming. I don't know which one it was. Whatever. And you ever heard a band Gamma?
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
Yep.
Ronnie Montrose.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs by them is a song called Mayday. Listen to that tune and listen to Ronnie playing that. That is killer.
Absolutely.
All right. And So what's your nugget song that just popped up and just you're like, okay, I got to play that over and over because that's what I did today. That song I've caught me and I'm like, all right, because I've been kind of down with everything going on with Dave.
Yeah.
I threw some music on. And I'm like, all right, that got me going.
Yeah, the song that gets. I had it for a while. You know, right away I can think of Kodachrome from Paul Simon. That was like the song that would get me like in a good mood. Anyone know that one?
Yep.
Kodachrome.
Oh, yeah. Yep. For me, it'd be Leonard Skinner's "The Breeze."
Okay.
I can't help but smile listening to that song.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
What's the question?
Yeah, what's the question?
What's like your feel-good song? I think that's kind of what it comes down to.
I guess, yeah, let's go with the feel-good song.
Your jamming song?
Your feel-good song, jamming song, something to get you out of a rut, you know? Because like I said, with everything going on with Davey, he's probably not going to be here to talk to you guys. It's that bad.
Dreams.
Yeah.
That picked me up. That picked me up, man.
Dreams is definitely a good choice.
Yep.
Dr. Feelgood is my feel-good song.
Simon Williams in the house.
Hello, Simon.
What's up, man?
What's up, Simon?
What's going in?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
3:08 in the East Coast.
Thanks.
You're way in the UK.
Yeah, with my band, the guys I jam with, we always start off with Dazed and Confused. So whenever I just think about playing in a live situation, it's always that song. It's mellow to start and builds up. And it's
Good times, bad times.
Yeah, it's got a killer solo. And
Killer.
Killer.
Do you have anything coming up, Steve, playing-wise, gigging?
We played last Saturday.
Cool.
Nice.
So that was this month, October was last Saturday we played. So we'll see what happens for November. It was a birthday party. Good times in the Garage Mahal.
Garage Mahal. Love it.
Yeah.
Which I was going to bring up, that term, Garage Mahal. That's an old NASCAR term.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. When they started building these 80,000 square foot garages for race teams with the marble floors, the Garage Mahal.
Yep. You're right, Ben.
If you saw some of these facilities, you're like, so is this like a pharmaceutical company? Like, like everything's white, clean
rooms,
glass doors. Yeah. And all of a sudden, like, no,
Scrubs.
This is good old boys building race cars. You're like, okay, sure.
The money that they put into those programs, man, is mind blowing.
Did anybody read Daryl McMillan's feel-good song?
No,
Boogie Shoes.
Casey and the
Nice.
Sunshine Band.
Oh, geez, Casey and the Sunshine Band. We worked with those guys every year when I was at working at the ballroom that I worked at. Every year, Casey came in.
Ballroom.
Yeah.
And Scott Nickerson says his feel-good song is "I Can't Believe I'm Still Awake" by Scott Nickerson.
Come on, Scott. It's only 1 a.m. there.
Casey rocked, man. Casey actually put on a good show every year.
Scott's
I've heard
been up
that.
24 hours. Man, that's not healthy, buddy.
Well, in that case.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Once
say
in a while,
almost 24 hours.
And 24 hours. So, and I believe he was in the. Wasn't he in the regular show tonight?
he was.
Was he watching? So that's like crap, man. 5 hours of that 24, he's been watching us.
Wow.
What was it? A couple Tuesdays ago, after Richie got married, I was so behind on YouTube. I watched both Friday shows and then watched the Tuesday show live that night. It was like 8 hours.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like.
Got to be
Yeah,
a
it
fan.
shows what kind of life I lead, right?
I don't know what to feel good about that or.
Feel good,
Like, hey.
but I wanted to stay caught up with my friends.
It's like, hey, Johnny just went live again. Or hey, Johnny just went live again.
My feel-good song is "You Wreck Me," Tom Petty.
I cover that, Caleb.
Yeah,
Rip it up, man. Rip it.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Great tune, man.
Actually, I think there's a video of us covering that on my channel.
Never been a Petty fan, but I respect the heck out of him. Absolutely.
It'll grow on you, man, if you listen to it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah.
If you saw him live, you would be.
They play it. I mean, he's on the local stations. He's got to be on 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely and
I never saw him live, man. I regret it. Never saw him live.
Even that, there's that live version of what's the song? Breakdown. Yeah, there's the live version. It's always on the radio. That gives me goosebumps.
That documentary too. It was like a 4-hour documentary.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix and all that.
Their whole story.
Awesome. It's I'm a sucker for a good rock documentary.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
No, it's just the catalog is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And the collaborations too, Stevie Nicks to Johnny Cash to
Traveling Wilburys.
Wilburys.
I always thought it was funny. I remember I asked my dad why Tom Petty, who was so huge when the Traveling Wilburys hit, because that was when he did his solo album with all those hits on it. And I said, how come Tom Petty's playing bass? He's like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. I was like, why? He's like, well, you got Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra, who also produced the album. I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah, Bob Dylan. You have a Beatle. Of course you're sticking him on bass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I suppose. His pedigree isn't quite up to snuff compared to his bandmates. So.
Now, was he the bass player on the album?
They all kind of shared around on that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. They all.
And then I didn't even realize that, like in all those videos, the drummer they had was Elvis's drummer. His name's escaping me.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. It was one of my favorite songs, man. I can listen to that over and over again.
We cover Handle with Care and Rattled by them.
Great tunes, man.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I love playing Rattled because that's just old school rockabilly, and Richie lets me just take the lead on that, and I just try to do my best, like Brian Setzer type of lead work, and it's just a blast to play.
I'd lend you my Gretsch, but never stays.
That's okay. I borrow Richie's now.
Yeah, my dad was a huge Roy Orbison fan, and he definitely got me into the Wilburys. At the time, I didn't understand it, but it definitely grew on me. Understanding all the greats that were in that band.
Yeah.
Wow. True. Yeah, my mom had that cassette,
mm-hmm.
the Traveling Wilburys, when it came out, and so I heard it, and I knew right away that was the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, the Traveling Wilburys has been and always will be the greatest supergroup. To me,
yeah.
There's nothing will beat that.
That's not a very difficult thing to achieve, though, because most supergroups suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
and
they
really,
come out.
as soon as you go with Dylan and Harrison,
they release an album and then they're done. It's But the Highwaymen is another one, another country supergroup. Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson. That's one of my favorites. But then you're right; they don't get a damn Yankees. They don't get a chance to do really a second album, or they don't really get a
Mm-hmm.
out.
They're
Yankees,
not
meant to. They're never meant to.
They did 3 records.
Which one do you remember?
Or 2 records. The first one.
Yeah,
I remember the first 2.
They had some great songs.
Mr. Big's another one. I mean, they didn't. They released 1 hit album.
Hold on a second. Mr. Big had 2.
Mr. Big takes 5.
No, they've been making records for years and years.
Yes, but they had 2 hit records. Well, I don't want to say hit.
What were their singles?
Well, To Be With You was their biggest song.
That was their biggest hit. That was their second
playing acoustic.
Yeah.
I remember what Green Tinted 60s Eyes.
That was off the second album as well.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
I told you guys that
they were a real band, though. They were a real band.
Oh, sure,
yeah. But that they weren't a supergroup. I don't consider Mr. Big a supergroup because they came out, and a couple of the members, Sheehan was in, a couple bands, or probably 20 bands, before that.
Talus.
Those different guys, but that band.
Damn
Yankees was definitely a supergroup.
Eat 'em and Smile is a supergroup.
Eat 'em and Smile. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, to be honest, though, I mean, look at it this way, though. Vi, of course, the whole Zappa thing, but it's not like he was. Not many people knew who Vi was
until David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth, same as Billy Sheehan, and same as this and that. It wasn't
but guitar players knew
bands.
But you look back at what they had done even before. Well, I think Greg Bissonette didn't do much.
No,
he did some jazz stuff. Billy Sheehan had Talus, and Steve.
When did Crossroads come out?
87.
So that was after Eat 'em and Smile.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
I thought it was
Not
like after
100%.
Eat 'em and Smile, but before Skyscraper.
So that would be 87.
Because he's playing a Charvel, right?
Oh, it's a good point. Maybe they filmed it before his Ibanez endorsement or something?
Yeah,
I don't even know. When was he?
86.
86. When did he sign with Ibanez? 87, right?
Probably after the Eat 'em and Smile tour. I don't think he had an Ibanez on that tour.
Because I know the first Gem came out in 87, so that's probably...
Plus, it takes, a year to make a movie, too. So we got to backdate that.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's... I mean, I'd heard of him before that just as this slinger, But then I saw the movie, and then right around the same time, I heard he'd gotten hired for the David Lee Roth gig with Billy Sheehan.
Looking back, just knowing that what his contribution to Frank Zappa was, that he transcribed all that music.
Yeah.
And he only had a short, 2 or 3 years touring with him, but just the fact that he could have transcribed Frank Zappa's catalog, and that was his big claim to fame, that I think he sent him either the tapes or the transcriptions, and Frank hired him right away.
Yeah, I think who remembers that show Night Flight?
Yeah,
vaguely. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
was on USA
Network, and they played videos, and that's where the first time I saw music videos was on that. Because
was it Alcatraz?
I don't know.
Or was it Steve? Or was it Zappa?
No,
I've
they
never seen an Alcatraz video.
They
with
played
Steve
some Zappa live stuff,
Mhm.
and so you saw his guitar player, and that was the first time I ever saw Steve Vai.
Zappa had Vi transcribe him talking.
I think he transcribed the music, because Vi was a savant as far as
No, but I thought
notation and all that.
Yeah, but I'm saying he talked about Vi did about him transcribing Zappa talk.
Well, maybe, yeah.
And he's like he was said how he went about it. When you're talking, there's no rhythm, there's no cadence to it, but he said he had to go through and notate. So you're getting 15/8 and all these weird time signatures.
Oh yeah.
And then the notes,
vocals that Zappa would do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking right now. You're not thinking about any timing or notes. You're just talking.
And it was always really out there. I mean, his time signatures and all that was crazy.
It's just crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. Head explode type stuff.
Oh yeah, stuff that I wouldn't even be able to even think about doing. So if I were to look up, what was the Traveling Wilburys big hit? What was that one song they had in 87, 88-ish?
Was it End of the Line?
Head
Handle with care or end of line. Yeah.
I remember
either
that's
one.
the biggest one, I think.
I remember not liking the song or songs that I heard back then. So what would be a song that I would like? You think? What song do you think I would like? Johnny or somebody?
By them?
No, by Metallica. Yeah, by them.
Well, their biggest song is "Handle with Care."
Yeah.
So let
And
me see if I know this one. Hold on.
It's a great song, man. It's
That song is so.
you're talking
I
about
love
pick me up song.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way it's sung too, man.
We do. Rich sings most of it. I do the Orbison part with him harmonizing me, and then we
Yes,
do
I don't like
the
this
for
song.
the Tom Petty part.
Yeah, I know the song. The second I turned it on, then I skipped through. I was like, ugh, I remember this song. Ugh. I'm gonna listen to End of the Line real fast. Hold on. You go ahead. Talks amongst yourselves.
Let's just watch him.
Yeah, the reaction.
Yeah, reaction video.
Watch, you're gonna see a smile.
Look, he likes it. Not so much. He's not liking the overly compressed Stratocaster tone.
Oh, maybe because there's no distortion on any of the songs.
Yeah.
I can't do
We're
that.
only using 6. Yeah, we know.
God.
Well, they do a cover tune from Medusa from Anthrax. You might like.
Oh, really? I'll have to find that. Let me. They have 5 of their top songs, their popular songs. End of the Line was number 1. Handle with Care was 2. Let me listen to Last Night.
That's a good one.
He's not gonna like it.
He's not gonna like it.
No, it's way too laid back.
You got to take it for what it is. I mean, it's just great songwriting, great great harmonies.
Yeah, you either like it or you don't. It's a genre, right?
And everybody was loving the Jeff Lynne sound, like his mix. You know, between Harrison's album and Tom Petty's album, anything that Jeff Lynne touched and he put his sound on, everybody just ate up too, which really helped because it relaunched so many guys like Roy Orbison's career.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely going a little longer on this.
Yep.
Here we go.
No, I'm on the.
We found Medusa.
I'm skipping different songs, and it's just I hear it and it like makes me cringe. You know, it's just one of those.
Well, if it's not your thing, definitely, I get that. I mean, and
totally
at the time, it wasn't for me either. I mean, it took a long time for me to appreciate country and that crossover stuff.
Yeah. Whereas for me, that was one of the few acts that came out at that time that my dad and me could bond over. You know, it was common ground very much.
I can't do it.
What's up, Soda Pop?
He's amazed we're still live. It's like, you guys are still on?
Well, he left and came back, so it popped 79.
Yeah, he went to bed and he's risen. And he's like, wow.
34 watching.
There. Wow.
I found this today. Anybody pick up this one long ago?
See, I like George Harrison. You know, that stuff's good.
No one?
I don't.
I haven't had that one myself.
John, what was that?
Got a Pix book.
Pix, the book.
Oh.
I was looking for. What was I looking for? Some old pictures, but
Pictures.
this is
the
as much as it's a little tiny, you know, whatever 50-page book. This is the Bible of Pix. Yeah, I got this. I think I got this for Christmas 20 or 30 years ago.
Frank C. in the
Hey, Frank. Yeah. All right. So since it's after 12:30 here, I can't really talk. I'm getting yelled at and punched. So you guys keep going. I'm here. I can't. I can't. Stop making me laugh, you guys. I can't laugh.
Quiet, Johnny.
Well, Johnny, what do you got planned for the next week or a month or so?
Yeah.
How's 2019 looking?
Exactly. What do you got booked?
It's pretty quiet, really.
Oh yeah. I'm good if you guys are good. I know it's just in and out.
Yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
It's getting up there, huh?
Getting up there.
I can keep going, but you know.
Let's
Well,
just
considering
Johnny
I
Wentz
started
5
drinking during the early.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ben.
Sign us out, Steve.
I started drinking during the early show, so there you go.
Before we go, I did dig these shirts out of from my parents' house.
Nice.
We got Providence, 1991, October. This past week or this week or two ago.
That's a bootleg, right?
Nice, man.
No, I bought this in the arena. You know,
That's a real one. Yeah, they used to print every show, but they would print the show on the back.
That's awesome.
October 9th, Providence Civic Center.
I had the
got
exact
that
same
one.
shirt.
The one I'm wearing. I don't know where I got all these Carnal Knowledge shirts, but I got those two. And actually, I guess these are from the 93 tour.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the shirt that I had that I left at a stupid ex-girlfriend's house.
Stupid ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
93 tour.
She's still wearing it, Jay.
Yeah.
And one more.
She didn't like Van Halen. Wait. Can you look at the Middletown, New York date? What was the date on that?
Middletown, New York. Let's see. Yeah, it's on there.
See you, Soda Pop.
Wantagh, New York, or let's see.
Orange County Speedway.
Darien, something, New York.
Darien Lake.
Middletown, 7-8, 7-6.
7 over 6.
6. Yeah, so like August. I mean, July. July 6th.
Also, that's the picture. The front of that. That's the one. Nesdal claims to have owned that guitar right there.
Which one? That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nesdal claims that
one?
he owned that actual guitar at one point.
Eddie borrowed it for the photo.
I love how you say Nesdal claimed.
Was that a PV
Instead of
or
Nesdal owned that
a
guitar?
Music Man, Johnny?
That's a music band.
Okay.
That's how he paid for the ring.
And then we got this one too.
Another one bites the dust.
I think this was also 93.
Hey, I went to that show. No, that's 90.
Was it
That's
91?
That's 91. I went to that show. I wore that shirt to school the next day, and I was asked to change it because of the back of that.
Really?
Yeah, because look at the back, look at the back of that shirt. It actually says the words.
Yeah.
Did you tell the person to F off?
Yeah, I said go to H.
I don't remember buying more than one shirt at the show, but I've got 3 from Carnal Knowledge. I've always showed you guys the show that I never went to. I only went to one FUCK tour show.
Oh man!
Oh, stop saying that! Damn.
Dude.
This has
Start over.
Tonight's show have to break a record for curses on your show, Johnny.
Well, for cursed spellings.
Yeah, Dave was the one. Actually, it's funny when you think about the show we did with Allegiant on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers, Mike and Greg cursing a couple times, but no one except for Johnny remembers Dave. Didn't want to be outdone, so he let off a tirade of F's.
Talk about that, yeah.
For a while, I thought that was actually what happened. I thought you guys were shut off because of the.
That's what broke the internet, yeah.
Not that it broke the internet, but until I realized that it was everybody on YouTube.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that was bizarre, man.
Dave was just about to pop a question, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, I love the way that Dave asked her. That's kind of cool.
He set that up really good.
So you got to make a decision.
Girlfriend or fiance?
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Good for him.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Good.
It just sucks. It just sucks. Desiree's gonna be the only girl there at the place.
Who's that suck more for? Her or Dave?
Yeah.
You know?
So you're saying it's going to be a bit of a sausage fest?
What do you expect, man?
Yeah, it's well, I don't want to say it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing wrong with that, you know?
Okay, guys. Ben?
You're getting married at EVH Con?
Yes.
Getting married at EVH.
Thanks for having me on, Steve.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Thank you,
You
Steve.
too. You too.
Thank you, Steve.
Caleb, good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see everybody.
I'm
Have a
glad
great
the Floyd made it on the new guitar. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Both guitars on that screen there. Floyd's from me.
Yes.
Can I actually just say one thing real quick? I just got
No.
confirmation.
No.
China Guitar Skeptic will be coming on my channel at 3 p.m. Eastern on Monday afternoon. I just got the confirmation.
Cool.
Cool.
So tune in.
Yeah. Jay
Ben
Hannon,
Coombs.
thanks for having a rub with me, Jay.
Good having you back, man.
Thanks, buddy. Johnny Beane, thanks for getting me on here.
Oh man, yeah. If you guys are wondering, yeah.
Quiet, John.
Steve,
figured it out.
Yeah.
Internet Explorer is not good, man.
Yeah.
Google Chrome.
John Biel, good luck with the Diver Down stuff this week.
Steve, thanks for letting me substitute for you, and
Thanks, buddy.
all the best for your mother, and hope everything's well with you, on your side, man.
Oh, yeah. All good. And thanks to everybody for the support. Michael Smith, good to see you again, buddy.
Thank you, as always, for inviting me in, and I'll keep your mom in my prayers. So,
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Same with your dog there, buddy.
Thank you. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much for asking. It means the world to me, man. Thank you.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. Be sure to tune in Tuesday night, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern for Johnny's next show. That's Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. CHUSGY.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.